Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SpawnCast episode 311. We got some people back. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's perfect timing.
Last minute
just
edition.
in time.
OJ came in like right at once we started going. Okay, good. OJ, how you doing tonight? We'll go start with OJ.
Good.
Okay.
I'm doing good. Sorry, stream went a little bit long.
Nah, you came in right at perfect time. Perfect time. We just started and you popped right in. So
I am here. Welcome.
It's good to have OJ here holding up the pre-show.
Yeah, I'm supposed to do the pre-show and then I'm late to the actual show. Well, I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not.
Okay. It's good to have OJ here. Good to have OJ here. I'm going to go over, though, to Sean RGT. He's with us tonight, despite the Grape's best efforts.
Dude, that Grape Assassins.
And Sean, why don't you introduce our guest tonight? Her link is down below in the description.
So I always thought that this person, I had seen them in my chat before, and I was like, okay, this is a dude. But then she did no, come on, bro. You know how that is on the internet. But then she did Red Bandana Gaming, which is a channel I subscribe to. She did a podcast on there. I was like, oh, wow, it's a real person. I watched their videos. I was like, we need some female representation on the show. The videos are actually really good, like well edited and good shit. So I was like, let's try her out. Josie Woe. Josie, say hello to the people.
Hi.
What's the channel's name?
Josie Woe.
Okay, I'll look right now.
I saw the Metroid video. She put it over. She put the GameCube over. So
okay, that's an automatic sub then. She said GameCube over N64.
I'm assuming that because she said the Metroid Prime was really good, and I looked. I went through. I was going through I was scrolling through GameFAQs. No Metroid game on the 64. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. So I'm just assuming that it's GameCube over N64. We can ask though.
Absolutely. I didn't grow up with the N64, so trying to play Ocarina of Time is kind of the worst.
Ooh.
But it's a spicy take.
There it is. There it is. See, that overrides LeBron James telling me that the N64 is better than the GameCube. All right.
He's injured. He has no say anymore.
What kind of simp are you? Because a woman says it's like, oh, fuck LeBron James. A woman said
might be the that might be the N64 curse. He said that the 64 is better than the GameCube. Well, they're not making the playoffs probably.
We did catch John sipping on Pokemon's Twitter account.
I was giving people good info. I was trying to help people out,
bro. You were definitely, and I called you out for it.
I was trying to help people out.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I was helping people. MVG. How you doing?
What's going on? Great to be here. N64 is better than the GameCube. Thank you very much.
Okay. Which one did you hook up to play Resident Evil 4?
I hooked up the GameCube, of course.
Yeah.
As you should.
I had to play the Wii version.
I couldn't find my power supply for it. I would have played it instead.
The Wii version's really easy though.
Mm-hmm.
Easy or refined?
It's just easy.
It's really easy. I can blow through professional mode on that like nothing.
MG, how was GDC?
GDC was great. Had a fantastic week out there in San Francisco. 4 days out there. It was really good. And but I'm glad to be back.
See anything cool out there? Any kind of like they have like any good like booth or attraction set up that people were really enjoyed?
Well, there was a lot less NFT and crypto this year than there was last year, so that was always good. Sony had a booth. They were doing PSVR 2 stuff. Microsoft was there. Xbox had the booth. Nintendo was there. They didn't have a booth, but they were taking meetings. It was a big show. It was a lot bigger than last year, and I think I would comfortably say it was kind of back to normal this year because there was people everywhere this year.
Okay, well. It's good to hear. It was a good trip overall. Let's see. We have Max Dreamcast guy. He's with us tonight.
Resident Evil week, baby. That's all I care about.
You're going to talk to us about Resident Evil 4 before you have to go to a party, right?
Yes, I got to go to a birthday party here in 25 minutes. So let's get to this.
We got Nate is here tonight.
Be late and letting you know.
I'm going to be late.
Yes,
Nate is here.
I am here tonight.
It's good to have Nate here.
It's good to hear your voice. I never thought I'd say it, but it's good to hear you, dude.
It's good to have Nate here. So how you been doing, Nate? What's no PAX East though, but how's everything going? You got a chance to start Resident Evil 4, I assume. So
only got a few chapters in. Been a very busy week.
Okay.
I was in a good week for gaming, and I had to skip PAX East due to real life circumstances preventing me from attending.
That was always next year. Besides, next year might even be better anyway because like some of the companies might show up maybe.
It's always a possibility.
I feel like it's kind of a gap year anyway with how E3 is kind of shaping up. So maybe next year's the year to make the rounds. But and then we have Evan. Evan's with us. Yeah. It's good to have Evan here. Evan, how's that side channel going?
It's going all right.
It's rolling. Okay, good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. So we do have a bunch of topics tonight. We had the Xbox CMA approval, which kind of left PlayStation in a strange position, even though it's not over yet. It seems like the things are starting to fall into place. Resident Evil 4 did come out. A lot of excitement there. We'll talk a bit about that. The Redfall PS5 situation. Last Ronin apparently getting a game. In fact, I actually wanted to pull Evan. Evan, you can fill me with that miniseries.
Which one?
With the Turtles. The Turtles. Last Ronin.
Yeah, my local comic book store here kind of pushed it, so it was really cool.
Okay, cool. So we can check through that. And then we had the Spider-Man.
Spoiler free, hopefully.
Yeah. Spoiler. Yeah. And then we have the Spider-Man 2 situation where for the voice actors showed up and told us basically when it was coming out. So why don't we start, Evan, with a Discord question?
What's everyone's favorite sound from a game?
Favorite sound, like musical note,
sound
like series, 10
sound
seconds.
In general. For me, it would be the any FPS game that has a hit shot sound, the sound it makes with the headshot, which is usually a bell sound.
Very
Okay.
violent.
I like confirmation. I like confirmation that I'm
something.
shitting on people. That's all I want.
I was gonna say like a coin sound or something like that.
Well, I have a sound effect. Yeah, remember in Final Fantasy VII, I feel like only about 80% of the checkpoints do this. But when you get to a save point and it does that high pitch ding, I would play that game and try and underlevel and doing underleveling runs every time I got to that next save point, and hearing that ding was like so euphoric.
The song from Virtua Racing when you would hit, I think it's second lap, third checkpoint, and it plays that little melody. It's like, and that's the only time it ever plays it. And I'm always like, why is this not a full song? It's very enjoyable. It only lasts like 10 seconds.
I'm gonna go with the Mega Man X bling that he does when he wins and he puts his hand up and they have the little gleam off of his gem. Yeah. And he's out. Cool. That's a good one. That's a good one.
I do like the chime from like Metroid, like the like that. That's cool too.
Yeah. Well, what you got, Josie? What do you got, Josie?
I like the sound that the guns in Splatoon make when you're shooting. I think it's really satisfying.
Oh, like that.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Evan, you had another Discord question for us?
Does anyone on the cast have any pre-show warm-ups or rituals?
Yes, all the time.
You do the pre-show.
Yeah, I do the pre-show. But even before that, I have to work out before the pre-show. It's like I've got to run my hour. I've got to lift my weights. I've got to do that in order to stream for the length and still have my energy for the whole length of the stream. So that's like my ritual. It's like Saturdays I have to. I can't miss Saturday.
I usually throw a couple of steaks on the grill.
You do that a lot, actually.
Just leave them out there for the whole show.
No, I eat the shit out of them in about 10 minutes, man. What are you talking about?
I play a lot of video games, which sounds like obvious, but yeah, usually right before we go live, today I played about 45 minutes of Diablo.
When are you not playing video games, man?
Hey, sometimes I sleep. I sleep and I walk on the treadmill, but even while I'm walking on the treadmill, I'm playing video games.
Okay. I don't really have one.
Yeah, I look at the time. I'm like, oh, okay, let me go down.
Okay, it's time.
It's time to go on the show.
Do we want to kick things off? Resident Evil 4 remake. It's out now. A bunch of people were picking it up. A lot of excitement, obviously. One of the best games ever made, getting this remake treatment from Capcom. And I did get a chance to play a good bit of it, actually.
Just want to say it's a GameCube.
Yeah, it is GameCube. Yes, GameCube game. Yes. I want to say I'm more than halfway through. I'm almost on chapter 10, I think now.
Oh yeah.
So I'm rolling through it. I didn't get a chance to play much of it today, unfortunately. I played the majority of it yesterday and then some on Thursday. So I was enjoying it. Who got a chance to play it? Like I said, I know it just came out yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't. I only got to chapter 3 though, but I'm playing it on hardcore, so it's freaking difficult.
Yeah, I'm gonna play through the game probably 3 or 4 times. That's how I try to set it up, is for you to play through it multiple times. So I was gonna go through normal, then go to hardcore.
The hardcore is great though. No, it's if you're an RE4 vet, you can start at hardcore, and it's not like you're gonna die a million times. Like if you know RE4, like if you've played it, it's fine to start at hard. You will die sometimes, but it's not like, oh my god, I don't know what the hell to do. Like I'm getting destroyed. So if you are getting into the game and you already played RE4, you might want to start at hardcore. You might have a little bit more enjoyment if you do that. Because I don't know how the normal mode is, but it just seemed too easy from the demo. That's what I know. I know the normal mode seemed a bit too easy from the demo. That's why I decided to just go hardcore starting out.
I have beaten the game fully 3 times now, and now I'm took a day off from it, but I beat it twice on normal to unlock all the weapons and secret costumes, and then I beat it once on hardcore. And it feels like the biggest difference isn't necessarily damage, it's aggressiveness. It feels like the higher the difficulty, the enemies will lunge at you more, the chainsaw guy will chase you harder. And I kind of like that because it makes it feel like, especially because you can New Game Plus hardcore, I was going in there with my super weapons and it still feels like a different game mode. I like that all of them are different. And then the ultra hard mode is way harder.
From the beginning, they're so bullet spongy, like, because you're not strong. That's the biggest problem. Like, if you play hardcore from the beginning, they just take a bunch of hits. But if you go in with New Game Plus, it's probably a little bit more fun because you have all your weapons and all that. You know,
like line up. Well, I love the Punisher. I have the fully upgraded Punisher, so it has 5 times pierce. It can go through 5 people. So I'll line people up and get multiple headshots, or I'll shoot through them to hit an explosive barrel. So I'll hit like one guy and knock him over, and then kick 5. But man, I'm so impressed by this game. Like, I'm a huge fan of the original, and I even beat it a couple times this year. But man, every single change, every upgrade is better for sure.
Yeah, I like what I've seen so far. I'm curious about some of the ending stuff. I don't know. I don't want you to spoil too much, Max, but like some of the changes they may have done to dialogue or certain events, because they have kind of recreated some of the stuff, and some of the characters look different than you expect as you go through for some of the reveals. But I like that.
Say the guy's name. Just say. I know who you want to just say.
I like that. I like the atmosphere. I like the tone of the game right from the start. It's nighttime instead of daytime. I did notice that being able to move and shoot makes some of it a little easier than it should be. The people who throw stuff at you just kind of slowly strafe to the stop. It doesn't affect you anymore, really. But the Xbox has a strange issue with the dead zone, so I have a hard time recommending it, unfortunately, because you have to move the stick more than you would expect, especially on like the PlayStation. It's much more responsive there. So I think they're going to fix that in a patch, though, is what they mentioned.
I haven't felt it. I've seen a lot of people talking about it. All 3 of my playthroughs have been on the Xbox Series X, and it's run great. It's looked great. All my gameplay I recorded for my video was on there. I bought it on PlayStation 5, and it comes tomorrow, and I'm kind of curious just to see how the aiming feels.
We established that it's John being a drama queen, correct, Nate?
I mean, slightly yes.
No.
One of us gets headshots in Halo.
Digital Foundry.
The other guys follow me.
And they said exactly the same thing, that there's an issue with the dead zone on the Xbox.
We're not saying that it's not there.
Yeah, we're not saying that.
What Sean will argue is that if you're playing it on the Xbox, you will adjust to it.
Yeah.
Right. This is something you will grow accustomed to.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed it in the demo. Like, I played, because I downloaded both demos. I played the PS5 one first, then I played the Xbox one. I was like, huh. Like, and that's before Digital Foundry even said this or that. I was like, just feels
more noticeable with
in the controls, you know.
The rifle, when you zoom in and you have to just move it a little bit, that's when I would really notice it. I think you can get away with it okay with like the TMP or the shotgun or the pistol even, but when you need fine aiming, you notice it.
It's not unplayable or like
no,
broken
it's not that,
or yeah, it's not. Nobody's saying that. We're not saying that. So for the chat, you know, it's fine on Xbox.
I played it on Xbox Series X.
The PS5 controller is really nice though. I do like the haptic stuff for it.
It's a fatty.
It's cool.
It's a fat controller.
I
like the Xbox. I like the Xbox controller. But the reason I went with Xbox was because I could do the New Zealand trick on Xbox, and I couldn't do it on PlayStation 5. So I was like, well, let's go ahead and buy it.
Okay, yeah, you can.
Yeah, that's what I did. I was playing it a little early too. You just set it like to New Zealand. You can start playing like in the middle of the day Thursday. But the knife is ridiculously overpowered. Using that all the time, parrying, sneaking. There's a lot more stealth in the game too. So I'm just trying to get around and take down different enemies that way.
I really like that. I really like the stealth, the added stealth parts.
The parrying, especially on my second and third playthrough, once I got good at it, I put some clips in my video where, I mean, they're ridiculous. Where like when you parry somebody, you can parry the most ridiculous stuff. Someone's like picking up their pitchfork pretty much, and you just parry them backwards. It's like, if you get good at the parry, I wish the parry didn't hurt the knife so much. It feels weird that tapping someone's like wooden handle of an axe snaps my knife. That's my only complaint on all my playthroughs, is it did feel like you can upgrade the main knife, but all those little like kitchen knives you find, those things are made out of glass.
Yeah.
Dude, they're fans of Breath of the Wild. Leave them alone.
Yeah, exactly. It's immersive if it's broken.
MEG, what do you think about the game so far?
I love it. I'm on chapter 6 right now.
Okay.
I got it yesterday because I got the physical collector's edition
Ooh,
back there.
I'm so jealous.
How's that collector's edition looking?
It's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. I got the PS5 version, so I'm using the haptics and everything. And honestly, I feel like you need to play the PS5 version because the controller really makes a big difference in this game. I like it.
Agree.
I'm gonna have to get it again because for PSVR 2. So I already know I'm gonna end up buying it on PlayStation when they
Well, that's
make
the
that
other reason
announcement.
why you want it for the PS5.
Yeah.
I think I know the PS5, I guess graphically is not as good as the Xbox version, but the inputs, the controller is perfect on PS5. It really dials in really well with aiming. So
And like when you load the shotgun, it like feels like shotgun shells are like going into like the controller, like certain, and they'll feel different too based on certain guns, how you reload it. Like it really kind of just, I don't use this word immersive a lot, but it's really immersive, you know. Like it's really kind of puts you in the experience a bit more with the controller. But I like HD rumble, like with Switch. I like that when developers use it, and like the PS5 is better, you know, with their controller, with what it can do. Like the resistance on the triggers are really nice. Like it's different for each gun, you know. It feels great on PS5 to play. But yeah, maybe the graphics like not quite as good, but
They have it like broken up. I think the chapters are well sized too. They're not super long. You go through one chapter and it's like 30 to 45 minutes to get through one, sometimes less. So it feels like you can sit down if you only have a little bit of time, get through a chapter and then save right there and then move to the next one.
What do you got? The replay value is nuts in the game. They went above and beyond with the challenges and the like. It's way better than RE2 in my opinion. Like I think they did a much better job.
They added in new puzzles too. I thought I was like misremembering, but no, there are just new puzzles in the game too. It was kind of interesting. So like eventually get that boat and you're rolling around and I'm like, oh, I don't remember this puzzle in 4. So
yeah, with it was fun playing that because there's no guides or anything when I beat it last week. So the one where you have to like find all the glowing paint, and I was like in the cave, like I have no idea. This is so weird. I love this.
Yeah. So 4, it's good. Like I said, I'm got a little bit of time still to put into it because I'm gonna try to play through it multiple times. They have the whole challenges menu, so you keep getting currency and keep dumping it back in and unlocking different things, models and outfits. I assume Max, you're showing off different stuff on there. So
you can get you get stupid outfits and accessories, so you can change your whole outfit. Or the main thing Twitter seems to love, you can just get these very cringy sunglasses and you can just wear those all the time. They look great.
I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, it's the 93 makes sense. So we have 2 games this year so far, top of the list. Metroid Prime Remastered and
here's the real question.
Hey.
Did this remake need to be remade?
That is a good question.
In general,
money.
or in general?
I mean,
no, but money.
Now, let's say now. I see what you're
No, it didn't need to be.
No.
I don't think it needed to be. No,
because Code Veronica should have been first.
Well, and that's my thought as a mega fan who has played through these games so many times is I'm glad this is done, but I kind of hope they take a break from remakes. Like even as much as I love this, I hope we get Resident Evil 9 and like a weird new spin-off.
Do like a Revelations?
Yeah, I want like a Revelations thing. I want new stuff. And then if we do get another remake, I've already seen people saying either let's do another remake of Resident Evil 1 to bring it up to the RE engine. Yeah. Or I think Code Veronica. I'm big on Code Veronica, so I think that.
You see, Code Veronica, I think, has the most to gain from a remake. It's not viewed as, an exceptional Resident Evil game, though it is the true sequel to Resident Evil 2. So you can take what we'll call the bad Resident Evil mainline game, remake it, and make it good. Make it a modern take on that storyline. And if people accept it as a fantastic new entry and you remade it to be something that the people enjoy, that's a worthwhile project. Resident Evil 4 remains the fantastic game it was 20 years ago. Go back to that bad game, the game that's viewed as not exceptional, remake it and make it quality. And Code Veronica deserves that chance, and hopefully Capcom does go into it because it is pivotal to the storyline if they want to continue with the, the Wesker story. Omitting Code Veronica from Wesker's storyline really kind of undermines the character.
I think I think you go back to the first one and then you can do Code Veronica if you have time.
So 0.
Nate and the other 10 people will get a kick out of it.
I mean, Code Veronica is cool. I wish they do it.
I think they have enough. I think they have enough momentum now where they can remake either and it'll do fine.
Well, I kind of want them to do, but the two that really are the top of my mind are Code Veronica, of course, but I think they're probably going to do RE1 because I do think those Crimson Heads would be so much scarier as an over-the-shoulder shooter. And then I really do want, I know there's been murmurings about it, but man, I would love Resident Evil Outbreak to come back. Like, let's make a normal Resident Evil that just happens to have multiplayer instead of trying to do those reverse, like, gimmicky multiplayer Resident Evils.
We need Resident Evil 5 remade.
Yeah.
It's the only way. That's what we got to go to.
Someday. We'll kick that down the road like 4 or 5 years.
I have a big question here, though. The biggest question.
Mm-hmm.
Jose, what about your opinion on this? Resident Evil, we're judging you right now. Be careful about what you say. We're going to judge you.
Okay. I have never played a Resident Evil game.
She's misclicked. It's perfect.
I'm kicking off. No, wait.
What about Metal Gear?
I'm kicking Sean's ass off for bringing her up.
I will. Hold on. I am interested in playing this one.
Mm-hmm.
I have an Xbox Series S right now because I'm like moving around all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thinking about picking it up. Yeah, a little bit, but I'm thinking about picking it up. But I don't know. I'm not a horror game person at all. I'm like an absolute loser when it comes to horror movies normally. So I don't know if I can do a game, but I will try my best.
RE4 is not a horror game.
The good thing about Resident Evil 4 is they actually took the genre and they just turned it into an action game for it.
I think the remake is less action and more horror.
They tried to make it horror, but you're still like, I'm gonna roll this frag grenade down this hallway. Good luck.
Still not. You're never really. There's a couple times it's like, oh, but you're never really scared.
Wait till you get to like chapter 13. Chapter 13.
Well, once you get to the island,
fine. I'll be fine.
I'm not saying you're gonna cry, but it's very, very tense, especially with that enemy that comes out and then his friends come out and stuff.
But tense isn't horror. That's like
is the original is 4 on the GameCube? Is that one like the least scary Resident Evil of memory?
I think RE5 is less scary.
If RE5 the regular Resident Evil 4 on the Xbox series,
RE5 is less scary because you can play that with a friend, and
that's true. You can co-op
not scary at all.
Yeah, that's true. He punches a boulder. So
he does.
That was the greatest moment ever.
That's why they got to remake it. I need to see that in true 4K.
Right.
Oh my god, the boulder punch on.
Well, they did a lot of self-aware jokes in the Resident Evil 4 remake, so I feel like in the 5 remake, the boulder's gonna fall and go, "How do I move this? What do I do? Punch it?" And then he's gonna run around.
He still does that a lot. Like Leon just says those little like stupid phrases when he stabs a person and then he kicks the whole crowd on him. He's like, I must have slipped. And he just keeps going. There's a bunch of knights at one point. You fight a bunch of like Las Plagas in suits of armor. And when you blow them all up, he goes, nighty night, knights. It's like, is that necessary, Leon? But Jose, check out, because it's much cheaper, check out the Resident Evil 2 remake. I think the Resident Evil 2 remake is the best one to start with.
Nighty night, night.
That's really what he says, and he pauses and goes, nighty night, nights. It's like, calm down, Leon.
It's pretty out there.
I know he was gonna say some cheesy stuff because like even like at the beginning when he jumps out the window, I'll see myself out. Like why would he say that in that case, bro? Just jump out the fucking window.
I don't think it breaks the game at all, like the immersion.
Oh no, it's great.
I think it's nice because it happens so fast. You're like, did he really just say that? And then it's on to the exploding heads with tentacles coming out. And you're like, okay,
it's fantastic. The bingo line still in there.
You gotta leave that in there.
Yeah, you gotta leave it in there.
Yeah. So I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna look to finish it up in the next not tomorrow, probably Monday or Tuesday. So probably didn't talk about it more next week, even when more people had a chance to play through it. So it's looking good though. Then now we have the 2 games at the top. Like I said, Metroid Prime Remastered, Resident Evil 4,
a Dead Space remake, right? That's still
Dead Space remake. See what can take them out. Evan, we got a Discord question over there.
Which is the best new 3DS XL? I guess color. He says colorway. I don't know if that's what they're called, but the actual color of the system, special edition, any of it.
Purple, Galaxy Purple.
Yeah, probably that one.
Galaxy Purple. Okay.
The SNES one's pretty sick.
True.
That one's hard to find now too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
I like that one's really hard to find. Yeah, that's.
I have the Majora's Mask one. I do like
The
that
Zelda
one.
theme one is
It was
cool.
hard to
Ooh,
find
that
then
SNES one
because
is really
I
hard
tried to
find.
get one
Sheesh.
when they came out and I could never get one.
That
Which
thing is
one?
way
The
up in
SNES
price.
one.
Oh,
Eh,
yeah.
wow.
But the Majora's Mask one is high in price.
The Super Nintendo one is
Oh,
like $400 to $500.
oh man, I should have bought it when I had the opportunity.
Well, the shop's getting shut down this week too, so 3DSs will probably continue to go up in value pretty quick. Wow. You have another Discord question, Evan?
With someone congratulating MVG on securing the Resident Evil 4 Collector's Edition and just wants to ask, does anyone here actually buy sealed games with the idea of investing?
Yes.
No.
I don't.
I think I
do.
did at one time, and now I don't give a fuck.
Well,
That's
yeah,
why
I
I'm
have
getting rid of.
A lot of
So
empty space
many
behind you.
I feel like I kind of missed that. Like if I was if I could have gone back in time and just plugged into the 90s and just started buying up Super Nintendo games as they came out, it would have been better. But now it's just so many games get printed.
There's a lot of hindsight is 20.
Yeah, but like now, but like
1,000
none of us knew
Bitcoin
that.
right when they came out.
so many, but like so many games get printed now compared to back then that it's they're just millions of them all the time.
I'm looking at certain Switch games just because of the cost of print them. A lot of them don't get a lot of prints, and a lot of games are jumping up a lot in value. So I've actually been buying quite a number of.
But you got to remember the thing about that is you have to actually sell them to get the value. You know, if they just sit there forever.
Yeah, I'll sell them later.
I will say the 3DS, Sean, has spiked online, and with the store going, I feel like once the store is gone, like the games will probably just have another little jump. I don't know if they'll get to like Super Nintendo or N64 box levels, but
that's cool. I upscale the games on my mini PC, and they look great on the big screen TV. It's way better to play them.
The point isn't to play them. The point is to sell them.
The point, I mean, for some people, yes, I am selling my games because I'm at that point where I don't care about collecting anymore. That does nothing for
and
me.
you sold your games. Good.
I have been buying more PS3 games, Sean. That thing play PS3 games, all right?
I'm keeping a PlayStation 3 anyway.
Your Solid 4 keeps winning. No, that's fine.
I have that game. I just didn't sell that game. It's an $8 game, John.
You can if you could emulate that, the Metal Gear Solid Online is still up and running.
Is it really?
It is. I actually thought about jumping onto it the other day because you can either do it on your PC or you can mod your PlayStation 3 and play it there.
That's weird.
I thought about it. I was like, I wonder if Sean would actually jump on that one time. It's
been a very
been a while.
Time.
Yeah.
I was in a clan, dude. Like because they would do those events. I was in the recon unit, and like they would do the ranking events, and there was this one fucking person who had a lag switch. And they would ruin everything. And when you would get matched up with them, because if you quit a ranked match, even at the start, they would deduct your points. And it was such a fucking problem. And they never did anything about it. Like we were on the GameFAQs forums, like what the fuck? And they never did a fucking thing about the person. It's such bullshit.
Max, you run into your party. We just finished up Resident Evil 4. If you're trying to time it out.
I love you guys very much. I love Resident Evil 4. I'm going to listen in while I'm going to the party because I know y'all are going to hit that Final Fantasy 16 hype. So thanks to everybody. Good meeting the new Jose. I'll go on.
Jose.
Yeah, right. Jose.
Josie. You're so close every time.
I'm going to the arcade to play Crazy Taxi. I'm not thinking about names.
Okay. All right, Max. Thanks. We'll see you later.
All right, Francisco. Should I just call you that? Just randomly make up a name?
I bet he enjoyed Forza Horizon 5.
It didn't register, and then it registered.
Should we talk about? Let's see. What should we go to next? Let's talk about. We'll talk about The Last Ronin. We'll go to that one next. Well, who's that? Who did that? Who made
I
that
did.
noise?
We already had
Why?
this conversation because we
Why
had
did you
this
make that
goddamn
noise?
conversation last night.
What is The Lost Ronin?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna let Evan describe this because Evan is like
it's
familiar
to,
with comics.
Yeah, but
the
it's
entire
hard to
series.
describe because it's the first whole thing.
5-issue series.
Yeah, it just
5-issue
immediately is spoiler, but it's just hardcore.
Well, I'm not gonna
Ninja
say.
Turtles.
I'm not gonna tell him the turtle that's in it, but
yeah,
it's like an alternate timeline from the original creators of the Turtles, the comics, where everything started. Not this animated for kids stuff that showed up eventually.
And that was what was popular. And yes, it had a resurgence, but I don't think to me, it sounds very strange to make a game based on this.
The book
No,
sold
what?
insanely
Hold on.
well. The book sold insanely well.
Yeah,
I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that. Turtles in Time did sell more than the comic book sold, but you know that's fine.
it got like New York Best Time Seller like award.
I got New York Best Time Seller.
New York
That's
Best
pretty fucking.
Times bestseller. New York
That's
Times
pretty
bestseller.
impressive. They gave them a specific new award.
It's-
No, I mean, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's cool. I'm sure it has its market, but that's not what made Ninja Turtles popular for most people our age, really, in my opinion. We grew up with the cartoon, we grew up with the movie, and you know, even the second movie, third movie, you know, they went back into medieval
I think
times.
you need to see this storyline play out, Sean. I think you would like it.
I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, but how much are you? Who's like? How much can you really do with a 5 comic story?
Well,
where,
it was
like,
so popular. They went on to now they're just doing an entire follow-up series to it. But if you go through it, they definitely go through the story very, very quickly. Like they don't really stop and pause on anything. They just keep moving along, and they have to explain all of the different events with the other turtles. Like the descriptions here, it says in a future battle-ravaged New York City, a lone surviving turtle embarks on a seemingly hopeless mission seeking justice for the family he lost. And you don't know who the turtle is that's actually alive until like.
I mean, you told me. You
were like, tell me who it is. Tell me who it is. I'm like, I don't want to spoil it for you. Tell me. I'm not going to read it. I'm like, you know what? He's right. He's not going to read it.
This guy
I'll just
doesn't
tell
read.
him. I'll just tell him.
I think it's a cool concept. I think
Who's
like,
making? Do we know who's making the game?
That's okay. So that's
No,
the big
we
thing.
don't.
We don't know we don't know the developer.
Well, there's-
They did say it's a AAA budget, so they're taking it seriously, but it's still years off.
Yeah,
They
and
just
there's-
really wanted to get out there and say,
there's
hey,
kind
we're
of-
doing it.
And there's kind of two elements because it's not going to be like a side scroller beat 'em up. It might be
No.
like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle themed version of Tenshu or Ninja Gaiden. Like,
Well,
it could be
they
those style games.
specifically called out God of War, like the most
Yeah.
recent one, and that kind of makes sense when you go through the story. It's very dark and desolate world, but also the character, the turtle, is more grounded. It's not like Sean Wick where they're over the top cartoony, like the animated series that we'd watch when we were kids. It's just much more like real, I guess, even though it's a turtle running around beating people up. But I think that camera angle, that perspective, and that setup would make a lot of sense for it. And like I said, the story is really good. So I'm all for this. I think this could be like an incredible moment for the entire franchise.
It's better than we've gotten pretty much nothing. I mean, it's not necessarily my setup that I would say. I think the concept is cool, but when it comes to
Shredder's Revenge is
no,
nothing.
I meant like big game.
Shredder's Revenge is good.
Dude,
Yeah,
Shredder's
played
Revenge
it
is good.
once,
I meant like
I'm good with it.
because like the last one that we got that was supposed to be like a big game. I mean, it was what? It was the Mutants in Manhattan.
Oh gosh, no.
Yeah, you know,
Oh,
and
no.
it was supposed to be good. It looked kind of
Yeah,
cool,
what was
and
the
then you
last
played it.
good Turtles game that came out at full price?
I
Because
can't
they're
even
shooting
remember.
for a full
None of
price
them.
Turtles game here.
None of
Yeah,
them.
what, Turtles in Time.
Yeah, Turtles.
Ice Stone Heist.
The
Yeah, it was a
90s,
long
we're going
time
back
ago.
to the mid 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
90s.
By
We
far,
haven't had
yeah.
any big 3D like in the modern age Turtles game, like from like the GameCube or up. That's been
Yeah,
like,
what's the
lit,
best
you know?
3D Turtles game that's been made?
They all kind of suck, man. There's
None
like
of
really
They're all terrible.
Okay, so
They're
The
not
turtles
good.
play. The turtles play pretty good in Injustice.
there you see a more
Yeah, that's
adult,
true.
More mature game. See,
it got me hyped too. Like when they were, and also like what was it? The Battletoads. I was like, yo, we could get a cool bet, and then we got what we got. You know, it was,
what's
so it'd be
Tony
dope.
Hawk Pro Skater 5 rated? You
Like
play it. Is it
7.
teen rated? Teen rated. That you play as a turtle in that.
You're
That
not
doesn't
Might have been
mean-
some cursing in the lyrics.
You have done absolutely nothing to instill faith in this game for me. You've done nothing.
Well,
Yeah,
here's
but
the
you're the
thing.
kind
You've admitted that every 3D Turtles game was bad.
Yes.
You've admitted that I'm going to play as one turtle, so there's not going to be the
Well,
multiplayer.
they know all
no,
styles.
no,
They know all
I-
the styles. No, no,
Turtles.
no.
I want to correct that. I think they're going to have you. Based on the story, they would probably have you play as all the different turtles, because the way that the story goes is it's a series of flashbacks and retellings of events leading up to the last final battle.
I need to see who is making the
Yes.
game.
I think that's
need
important.
To see a lot. I need to see a lot. I think there's several things going against this game, but it could end up being great. I'm just being skeptical because as someone who has enjoyed Ninja Turtle games in the past, I've not been pleased with most of the offerings since I grew
Sure.
cubes.
Sure, but that's not. But here's the thing. We've also grown up since that point. So I don't think it's a bad idea for them to also let Turtles grow up alongside of people who are fans of it in the 90s.
No, but I mean, you're not wrong. But growing up doesn't. I mean, that they just have like Scooby Doo grow up. Like, how did that work out with the Velma show? Yeah, like. That wasn't quite.
That was growing up?
Yeah, they got the new Ninja Turtles movie. Growing up, like that doesn't. It doesn't seem like that's something.
Okay, we're not going to bring that up next to the last Ronin. We're not going to besmirch the last Ronin's name with that. Okay.
I'm just saying, you don't know who's making this game. You don't know who's producing this game.
That's true. They need to find a developer that would make sense for this. And I looked the ones that the studios, yeah, I assume they do if they were like, hey, we're doing this. The studios that have made it in the past were Konami, Ubisoft, Activision, Platinum Games.
Out of all those, Konami was the only one who knew what the fuck they were doing.
You know who's going to develop it, and it's just to spite John. It's going to be the developers who made Wanted Dead.
I hope
so.
What?
Why would it be that? Why they Wanted Dead?
They made the Samurai Jack game. Sounds like a good company.
It sounds like they're looking to spend real money on this game. So I feel like they're going to go look for.
They can't use those guys. It's got to be somebody that's versed.
Yeah, I heard Grove Street Games is looking for work.
Oh my gosh, Grove Street. Okay,
Blind Squirrel.
Blind Squirrel. Yeah.
No. Why are you guys trying to kill this game?
Maximum Games, didn't they do Troll and Die? I think it's Maximum.
I wouldn't be shocked if they went to like a Ubisoft or an EA for this. Just play it safe and just go to one of them.
Please don't go to Ubisoft.
Is that supposed to make me happy? Oh,
no, but I'm just telling you what they'd probably do. It just
who is pitching this? It would have to be Nickelodeon, correct?
No, it's Paramount. No, it's Paramount. It's Paramount, right?
Yeah,
it's Paramount. But they own the rights to Turtles, the comics and everything.
Wait. Why is there a Nickelodeon logo on my Turtles in Time machine then?
Because I thought they own the rights for the animated, right?
Yeah, the animated stuff. Paramount owns the rights for like the movies and like the comics. If I'm not
okay.
Yeah,
see, I don't like the new movies.
Let me ask you this, Sean. Back in the day, we had 3 Turtles movies that we all remember, right?
1, 2, and 3.
We remember 2.
Yeah, we remember.
No. I remember.
No
all
one
3.
remembers them becoming samurai.
I remember all 3. Okay, which one of those 3 was the best?
The first one.
Yeah, the first one.
What was the first one based on?
1990.
The comics
in New York City.
It was more based on the comics than anything else. And then you know what they did? They decided to move away from the producer, the director of that one, because
so Paramount owns Nickelodeon.
Okay, there you go. Because parents were really upset with how much of a dark tone that took, and they decided to gear it more towards kids, and then they brought in Vanilla Ice and made the whole
fuck off with that, because because by that logic they did the same shit with Batman, and then fucking Tim Burton was like, suck my ass, and made Batman Returns, which was arguably darker than most of the movies that were out there. That was that was a different fucking time frame.
No,
that was when you could say fucking a PG movie.
They played it real safe with Ninja Turtles 2, and then it did half the revenue.
Well, then what about Ninja Turtles 3? There's nothing wrong with Vanilla Ice.
They were just looking to kill that series at that point.
That's capitalizing on who was popular at the time. That's like having Cardi B and Offset have a fucking McDonald's meal. I like Offset. I don't really care for Cardi B.
John is sitting here disrespecting Kevin Nash playing the Super Shredder.
Yeah, dude, he was Super Shredder.
Kevin Nash. But for those that were alive at that time, Sean's not wrong with the Vanilla Ice thing. Vanilla Ice was legitimately like the greatest thing ever. That was a big time.
Yeah, when they did that, like the ninja rap in the theaters, like all the kids at school were doing it, like the following week, and
dude, adults were doing it. Like,
dude.
It was ridiculous.
You are severely downplaying the impact.
I don't think John has ever seen a turtle get down.
I don't think. Did you go to the live show when you were a kid?
No, I didn't go to the live show when I was a kid.
I didn't go either. My parents didn't take me to shit when I was a kid.
I didn't take
me. I thought you were gonna. Okay.
Nah, dude. I'd see that shit because we lived close to we live like an hour from New York City, so like there'd always be wrestling and like plays and like Ninja Turtle. I'd be like, can we go to that? No. All right. And I tried. Like,
I think you would like Last Ronin, Sean. It's very good.
Oh no, I probably will, but I'm just worried.
I either wanted an animated series out of it, like like how DC does their R-rated ones even, or I wanted a game, and I'm getting a game. So
it's better than here's the thing. It's better than nothing because we've been getting nothing. Like in terms of like big 3D trip, it's even if it sucks, at least they tried something. Because the last time that they even tried a 3D, a good or tried to attempt was 2016. So it's.
But what if they do this and it sucks, and then it once again kills Turtles back to obscurity?
Right,
like,
if Last Ronin can't save it, it's over. It's over.
It's already been dead though. We've already got. What have we gotten in terms of 3D? 2D is always going to be around. We're always going to get 2D Turtles games. That's going to be fine. But 3D's been dead forever. There hasn't been a good 3D game. Try something. If it sucks, then kill it and then move on to the next thing. Somebody else will come around, later.
Josie, what's the opinion on Turtles?
I grew up with the 2007 movie, that animated one.
What the fuck is that?
I don't even know what that is.
I think it's sort of obscure, but it's really good. I love Shredder's Revenge. I absolutely love Shredder's Revenge, but I haven't played like these 3D ones other than
that's fine.
Playing as them in Injustice, I guess, would be
you got a better experience playing them with
Injustice. Definitely Injustice. Back in the day, they were just throwing anything at the wall with the PS2 and the GameCube. And there was one Turtles game I was real excited for. I remember some of my friends like put all their money in a pile to go buy it, and it was we tried to convince ourselves it was good. I'll say that.
Okay, I've seen I've seen this Turtles one. I've seen this with my daughter.
It's good.
It's not bad. It's
a
not.
lot of people in the chat seem to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's a banger.
I've watched this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got Sarah Michelle Gellar in it. That's Buffy. Okay, so wait, they made video games based on this.
They were bad.
The game sucked.
They were bad.
Okay.
We had one on the Wii, and it was so bad.
Did you at least watch the Turtles crossover with Batman?
You're asking me.
Anybody?
Yeah, that's actually an awesome fight between Shredder and
That's actually a
Batman.
decent movie. Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like the Turtles and Batman will fight, and Batman just takes them all out.
They were doing a lot of crossovers with Turtles at the time. There was a run for Turtles and Power Rangers, which was actually really good because
that was that was kind of weird. That was a strange one, but they were doing all kinds of crossovers. Why not? Why not?
That movie has some cool fight sequences, like when Shredder just breaks Batman's ribs.
Yeah, so that was good.
All right, I'm gonna watch this 2007 movie tonight if I can find it.
I just told you that the Turtles crossover with Batman, and you're going to watch some other.
John, when was the last time you gave me good advice?
Nate,
when was the last time this man gave me good advice?
Nate just said that it was good.
Computer, you told me to buy that laptop. That laptop stunk.
Hey, I can't control what happens.
He told me to buy the camera. He told me to buy a camera. I literally had him come to my house, and I was like, bro, the autofocus does not work on this shit. My videos were always blurry. He came over, he played around. He owned the same camera, allegedly, and then he never could figure it out. You never could figure it out. And we're like, I don't know.
I'm using a Lumix G7 right now. Lumix G7's great.
It never would. The autofocus was always broken for me, and it never worked.
Even like the tap autofocus?
The man came over to my house. It was his error, too.
Sounds like a user error.
Where is this streaming?
I had a G7 as well for years.
You see, Sean, this guy is recommending you to watch, these bad movies. What did I show you this week that got you so hyped you made a reaction video?
Oh, fucking that Power Ranger shit. My fucking Lord in heaven. That was amazing. The writing. The writing is top tier.
So long. They announced
All of a sudden they care about.
I never saw. No. First off, fuck off, because I had so many people. Stuttering Craig from what was that?
Side Scrollers.
From Screw Attack, Side Scrollers. He did a live stream that night, and I popped in there. I was like, dude, the movie looks so hype. And he was like, dude, I had never heard of this until I saw you tweet out the thing, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I had to go live. Like so many people did not know about this.
I mean, I knew about it for a while,
a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that'll be cool when it comes out.
Yeah, but then they showed the real trailer.
I found out from RGT.
Say.
But she didn't
Stuttering Craig and Josie.
We watched Power Ranger when I was a kid. Yeah, we did. We had it when they all united together, and now we just make fun of them.
You had the trash Power Rangers. Like Jordan doesn't like Power Rangers. Click doesn't like most of the new generation does not like Power Rangers.
Do you have Netflix, Josie?
Yeah.
Okay, the Power Rangers, the original seasons are on there.
Watch that.
It's gonna be your homework. You will be graded on your knowledge of this.
Is it the Japanese ones or the American ones?
The story arc with Tommy and Jason, the Green Ranger, the Red Ranger.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
That dude. And
How many episodes is this?
Oh, there's a lot.
Oh god,
There's a lot.
I don't know about that.
They had to start reusing footage. I think it was either that or VR Troopers. They had to start reusing footage. So.
No, there was some good stuff, but no, the writing in this looks like they got Trini's daughter playing the Yellow Ranger. Like that's fucking brilliant because you got to say why she's not there, and then you have because you could have pulled another Yellow Ranger from.
Did you at least watch the Forever Red episode?
What?
The what?
All right, moving on to the
all
next
the Red
thing.
Rangers coming together for one big fight.
Even
When
the
does
one
Good
that
idea with
happen?
your chat. You see this?
yeah,
No, you
Trini-
watch Power
Trini-
Rangers up to like the first movie, and then
Yeah,
stop.
you stop after the first movie. You get introduced to Rocky.
No, that's a good episode.
Bro, no, you watch
Oh my gosh.
from 93 to 95 when they transferred over, and Billy coming back is big because remember there was the huge scandal with Billy because supposedly they were doing stuff, they were making fun of his sexuality behind the scenes, so that was big to see him. And Zach looked good. Black don't crack, baby. He looked like he could be a 25-year-old once again. Like I was very impressed. Billy, he looked a little bit rough.
In Forever Red, they bring back all the Red Rangers.
Even the one that tried to kill his roommate with a sword.
I don't know, maybe. the ones you remember are there. I'll say that.
Zach does look great for his age.
Dude, I saw it. I was like, what is this? Fucking son or something? Like, what the shit
He
is
looks
this?
incredible for his age. He's like 50 something, or he's
MBG
going
does
on
look
50.
confused right now.
Now, MBG was probably too old for the original Power Rangers.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he wasn't.
That was geared towards us dumb kids when we were just like we didn't realize they were showing us the same footage over and over again.
I'll be right back.
Dude,
MBG could have been a Power Ranger.
I didn't know they were like taking footage from some other show until I was like in my teens, and I looked back on it. I was like,
Yeah,
wow, okay.
The Japanese version is like crazy.
That one's crazy. That one's awesome.
In VR Troopers, apparently they made a set in like a day, and it looked terrible. And I was a kid, I was like, this is amazing. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
It's all about the big bad Beetleborgs.
Yeah, Zach is
That one too. Man, we were really dumb, man.
Oh yeah.
We were really dumb. Gosh, it's just the song. If you have a good theme song and you have characters that are like bright, colorful, and have catchphrases,
They had a dinosaur.
I'm tuning in every after school every day. Then they got me.
Fuego pickups here. I got
What?
yellow.
When are you selling that?
Gosh,
You don't sell toys. A toy you can't just.
Then how'd you buy them?
emulate.
Someone sold them.
Well, yeah, because I mean that's them. That's on them. They might be getting out of the toy game. I don't know.
Sean's like, damn it, I just outed myself for stealing it.
Why didn't you bring over the big doll you bought?
Do you have the
recently?
Zords? I got the Dragon Zord upstairs.
In box?
No. You kidding
Oh,
me?
I was gonna say,
I was a
that's worth
kid
a
when
lot
I
of
got that. I fucking wanted to play with that thing.
Yeah, Fuego.
do you want to talk about the Xbox CMA stuff?
No.
Yeah.
Why we
Topic
may have
skip.
got news that we could be towards the back end of this whole thing. Could be almost over.
Wrap it up, like MVG says. Wrap it up.
Wrap that shit up, dude.
Yeah,
Wrap it
just-
up.
Wrap it up.
Hey,
go.
the CMA says that there's no. It would not result in a substantial lessening of competition in console gaming services because the cost to Microsoft withholding Call of Duty from PlayStation would outweigh any gains from taking such an action. So this appears now all about cloud, which I don't really know how that's going to be a lot of resistance there because NVIDIA's already signed on. And Microsoft came in with the victory lap immediately. They responded. And they said Sony's campaign to protect its dominance by blocking our merger can't overcome the facts, and Microsoft has already presented effective and enforceable remedies to address each of the CMA's remaining concerns. We know this deal will benefit competition, innovation, and consumers in the UK, and they're scheduled to have their final report or decision at the end of April. So we're about a month out, and that'll do it with the CMA then,
Wait.
basically.
I think both sides can agree that everyone wants this deal to get done.
Yep.
Or at least conclude.
We had an anniversary
Stop
like
talking about it.
last month or a month and a half ago.
Well, hold
and the
on,
anniversary was for when the deal started. And I was like, what?
We gotta mention, did y'all see the meltdowns on Twitter?
dude, like I don't like. I'm not trying to be mean.
Yeah, you are.
But I feel
Yeah,
like
you are.
I feel like at this point, like most people that are talking about this stuff, and most people that are looking at this stuff, they're adults, right? I mean, kids probably don't really give a shit about this. Maybe some, but for a majority of these are adults. You can't figure out a way to come up with like a couple $100 to buy a console and play like I don't understand this
That's
mentality.
not the point, Sean. The point is it's the console warrior mentality. It's the fanboy console warrior mentality. I gotta have it on my favorite box. That's what it is. It's not about having the money or not. A lot of these guys have jobs and can easily pay for or have the other system and still complain. That's not the point.
I don't get it, dude. It's just like if Activision games go to my, and people say, well, what about the future? And then this company will buy it, and this company will get bought, and this, that, and the other. Look, man, that's business. We don't know where this video game industry is going. We're getting very close to a point where it's an all digital marketplace, anyways, to where it might not matter about hardware, and hardware might not even be a thing. It might all just be services based and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. People are just, I feel like people are just freaking out like way too much about it, and they're like way too invested in this, and it's like, bro, I don't know.
So here's the question, right? So this deal goes through and Microsoft acquires ABK, but Sony doesn't sign that 10-year deal, right? Like they don't even acknowledge it. What does that mean? Does that mean that Call of Duty will not be on Sony unless they sign that deal? I don't think that's true. I think it will always be on PlayStation. So what do you guys think about that? And what would you say would happen in the scenario where they don't commit to signing that deal even after the acquisition has gone through?
I kind of feel like the deal, they're going to make some sort of deal, because in Microsoft's case, if they want to do another acquisition in the future, they're like, look, we played ball. This is good. Here's the signature. Sony agreed. We did it 10 years. But technically, the amount of money that comes in from PlayStation, they don't really need a deal because they're not pulling it. At least I don't think that, not for a long time.
So that's probably why they never signed it in the first place, right?
Yeah, but I would have, if I was them, I would have been like, hey, we'll sign a deal, but you gotta do Call of Duty on the PSVR 2 for 10 years. Just something annoying just to put it in there. But it's an odd situation at this point. I just think Microsoft will continue to put it on PlayStation just because I feel like they may end up doing more acquiring in the future at some point, even 5 or 6 years from now.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at Call of Duty, Microsoft repeatedly said the same line over and over of, we view Call of Duty similar as we view Minecraft. This is going to be a game we want on all platforms. And I think they really brought that deal, the contract idea, to appease regulators, saying we're willing to sit down with Sony and give them a long-term deal in writing that will have legal signatures that we cannot back out of if it makes you feel more comfortable with this deal going through. Sony showed their stubbornness with it, refusing to sign it. I don't think there was really any act per se that this deal was reliant on the contract itself. The games are going to go to PlayStation. It was just for Microsoft to show we are willing to sit down and put something in writing to show we're not going to take it away from you.
Right. You know what's interesting? I do wonder if Sony had not dragged this out and this would have just gone right through it. Like, no issues there. Of course, they look into it, but Sony's not doing any real trying to impede the whole thing, and it's done in a couple of months. Do you think they ever would have signed a 10-year deal with Nintendo for Call of Duty? Or is that the result of this whole thing dragging on for?
That's
so in a way
of the regulators, of them showing we're not going to take it away from anyone. We're willing to bring it to the Switch. We're willing to bring games to competing platforms. We're going to show you everything we have to do publicly, that we're not taking away this franchise from any other platform. And that was their way of marketing and putting that message out, was just to say contracts with this company and this company and this company. And look, they're all signing on. They're happy with what we're doing. But Sony is the one holdout.
It's one thing to take away. It's also one thing to add, because the Switch never had Call of Duty.
Well, yeah, they're going to try to get it on there at least once.
Yeah, and that's where it's a powerful act to appease the regulators, again, is saying Activision never even put it on this platform. When we have them, we're going to. So all of Sony's concerns are now null and void. They're worried about taking it away. We want to bring it to platforms that never had it. That's a powerful message, and Microsoft played that game exceptionally well, where Sony just stood fast saying, nope, you're going to take it away from us. And every move, Microsoft had a counter. They counter-argued everything Sony brought to the table. And that's why you see the CMA basically reverted everything. And that's very rare for a company like that to completely backtrack all of their concerns very abruptly at that, too.
There was this idea that they extend the 10-year deal. Microsoft said that's long enough for Sony to come up with an alternative. That was it. That's long enough. They can figure it out. So, well, what would you bring back if you're Sony? If you had one shot, you're like, it's got to be this one. This is what we can do to stand up to it.
Either SOCOM or Killzone.
But why does it have to be
SOCOM or
one
Killzone.
shot?
The amount of money it would probably take to make one over, and let's be real, 7 years probably to develop it.
You'd have to invest.
You got one shot in that 10-year cycle.
You can't have a Mac situation, right? Where you invest and then it blows up in your face. So you got to make sure that whatever you pick, that's going to be like your go-to, right? So
SOCOM.
I mean, it's SOCOM or Killzone.
I think SOCOM.
It's probably more SOCOM, yeah.
Is it first person or third person?
It's got to be first, right?
First person. Take SOCOM first. Okay, yeah.
I don't think, but SOCOM fans are not going to.
That would be. That's the thing that'd be interesting. But you saw what happened with something like God of War, changed the perspective, the gameplay.
Why can't it be both? Yeah, why can't it be both?
Okay. Well, I mean, Call of Duty has first and third person modes.
Yeah, but nobody plays the third person though, right? The third person's kind of trash.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Does Counter-Strike has first and third, right?
Not really in competitive.
Is it just first person in Counter-Strike? I'm not. I don't.
I mean,
really
you
play
can. There is
Counter-Strike.
third person camera active, but if you're actually in a match, I mean, that's a little bit.
Last time I
cheaty,
played
so they don't really
Counter-Strike
let you do it.
is when everyone was mad about Steam existing. Like, we got to go to Steam to buy this thing. Gosh.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago. That's the last time I played it. Well, no, CSGO came out. I remember I played around with it, and I was like, oh, cool, 400 frames per second. All right, I'm done. That was it. But, yeah, at this point, it was an update. It's following according to plan what I expected. This thing closes in, I'm going to say closes in May. They get it done. Then who knows? Maybe Diablo is on Game Pass like a month later.
No.
It'll end up there. I just don't know when it will be. Probably not a
It's
month
not going to
later.
be immediate.
No.
There's probably a stipulation already in the clause of that game regarding Game Pass. Because who has the marketing of it?
Mm-hmm.
Does Sony or Microsoft have the marketing of the game right now?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Who has it?
I think it's KFC, right? KFC.
Is it KFC?
That's true. If you got a double down, you got a beta code.
Well, I do want to ask. This is a good one, I think, for MVG. It kind of sticks with it. I just threw it into the same topic here because this had to do with Redfall and the PS5, and I wanted to go to MVG on this one because I think he can add context to this, explain it real easy. Because believe it or not, we had Redfall previews, and then we had this news that Redfall was at one point on the PS5, and then it was shelved to focus obviously on the Xbox and the PC version because Microsoft acquired them. The news of that trended higher than Redfall, like the previews. Everyone seemed to care about this, and I will admit, MVG put a tweet out, and I was like, "Yeah, kind of right." But this was from Harvey Smith, who is Redfall's game director. Said we got bought by Microsoft. It was a huge change with a C, like a huge change where they just pivoted and said they said no PlayStation 5. We're going to do Xbox, Game Pass, and PC. And he went on to say that it actually worked out well because they could focus on one platform and I guess just streamline stuff for them that way. And they'll get probably the most concurrent players or just interest because of Game Pass for their game as well. So MVG, explain why this isn't news.
Well, because it's obvious that at some point in time that they were working on a PlayStation 5 version of this game, and then when the deal kind of went through, the directive was to just basically shelve it, and that's that. So I don't really feel like this is a big story, Like I felt like that a lot of studios internally make versions of games for different hardware, even if they're not really supposed to, I guess, or they're not affiliated with the company that's involved. But like, I feel like this one, Bethesda obviously was working on a multi-platform version of Redfall, a couple of years before the deal was done. And to put more context to it, we were working on Quake with Bethesda. We were working on all the versions of that as the deal got signed, right? And as the deal went live. And I remember asking, are we still working on the PlayStation versions? And we were told, yes, you are. So you're still working on all platforms. So I just feel like it's just really not much to do about anything. Bethesda was always going to have different versions of their games, and when they were told once the acquisition was done that you no longer need to focus on a PlayStation 5 version, then they just shelved it, and that's that.
And a very similar thing happened with Starfield. There was a PlayStation build of Starfield. Sony was very close in negotiations of securing Starfield as another one-year timed exclusive, similar to Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo. So if in August or September it comes out that Starfield PlayStation existed, it shouldn't hit headlines. It shouldn't be big news. This is obvious.
It will be.
Yeah, I honestly, I find it. I'm not understanding why this is a story. I mean, I know why it's the story because the Google algorithm picked it up and everyone ran with it on videos and media, but I don't know why the initial interview part.
I looked around. I looked around MVG, and I think I figured out or pieced together why it became such a big story. Because I had to look a bit and see some opinions and thoughts and where people's minds were with it, and it kind of goes back to Sean, sort of.
Yep.
Over here. All right.
What did I do?
No, you're a big fan of Phil Spencer. I know this.
Yeah.
Right. What do you call him?
Slick Philly, man. He's out there at the strip club after a 18-round hole.
I didn't. Okay, I didn't go that far. But
Strip club, John Morant.
There was a lot of talk around the PR side of things, but I did go back and I was looking. And actually, he never really said that exclusives are bad or anything, just they were part of the industry. So I had to really look for it. And this just made sense. They want you on Game Pass. They're going to do whatever they can, and that includes throwing a PS5 version in the
here's the issue.
dumpster.
Here's the issue. Why I think some people, I don't take issue with it, but the issue is like Phil Spencer's always, he's kind of like the people feel like he's a flip-floppy. He's always like 1 minute, oh no exclusives. You know, we want everything to everyone. And the next minute he's like, oh well, exclusive. Like so it's like flip-floppy.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Yeah. So it's because Jim Ryan's not flip-floppy.
No,
Nintendo never said. Nintendo's person never says anything.
Oh, what?
But Redfall,
I'm saying like Jim Ryan's not flip-floppy with like exclusives. Hell yeah,
Redfall was never announced for any platforms.
I know.
It's like this isn't a case of them taking away. No. Whereas Stellar Blade was announced as a multi-platform game until Sony came in and decided to fund.
Jim Ryan's ass wants everything exclusive. Jim Ryan wants the only system to be PlayStation. He don't want no other system. He don't even want any competition. No, here's what I'm saying, guys. I see what you're saying. I know it wasn't announced, but what people are upset about, I'm just saying what they're upset about. They're thinking that they're thinking that Phil Spencer will be like, oh, I want to put everything on everywhere. But no, you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do want to have those exclusives, which I know he said that, but it just seems like he goes sometimes, like the sound bites, he goes back and forth. You know, that's it. That's the reason why that's why it blew up. I'm telling you the reason why it blew up. It blew up because of that, because there are sound bites of Phil Spencer saying, oh, well, we want games on everywhere. And then other times he's like, well, no, case by case basis. You know, it's like, you know, so that's it. That's the reason why it blew up. Not saying that they're justified in being upset. I wouldn't be upset. Who gives a crap? But that's the reason why it blew up on Twitter like that. You know.
What are your thoughts, Josie?
I'm very far removed from this. I play mostly Nintendo.
So fuck Microsoft and fuck Sony. You heard it here first.
Listen, Josie's cool because I actually just saw her. I'm about to watch this video. I put in a bookmark.
Okay.
A Noob Takes on Fire Emblem Engage review.
Bookmark.
So bam, she's good. You guys go watch it.
Oh,
so there you go.
There we go. Let's
I find the whole Redfall thing very odd because for months you had people on both sides of the platform aisle saying Redfall looks terrible. And then news comes out, Redfall was canceled for the PlayStation. All of a sudden you have people say, oh my God, it was taken away from us. Yep. You didn't care about the game until that news came out. You shit on the game every chance you got, but now all of a sudden you're hurt that you're not getting it. The game you had no interest in.
I was one getting made fun of for saying I thought Redfall looked good.
I think it looks good. I want to play it.
Oh, see now everyone wants to play Redfall with me.
I always wanted to play Redfall.
We talked about Redfall in January where it looked good and said they showed us exactly what we wanted to see.
They heard everyone, and it sounds like they're going to try to incorporate offline in some way, offline mode.
Yep.
I never really
We'll see.
said anything about the always online. We kind of just expected it with the nature of the game. But if they can remove that, that's great. They're listening to
Far Cry, you
feedback
can
and
play
they're
Far Cry
making
offline,
strides
yeah.
to do the game justice.
Yeah,
I mean, it's an Arcane game. Arcane never misses.
it should be. I think it'll be good.
And they
I
never
think it'll be
miss.
good. I don't know if it'll be like.
I'm not
I don't
sure
know if
about.
it's gonna be like incredible or anything. I think it'll be good though. Like
I'm
like
not sure
high
about.
80s.
I'm not sure about Deathloop, Nate. Just
What?
saying.
Deathloop was pretty good. I like Deathloop.
Yeah, it
But
was.
some
alright.
people- but you got
It
to
was
remember, some
nominated
people
for
don't-
Game of the Year, so I mean, it was well received.
It didn't connect with me as much as I thought it
this
would.
is
I said
Different
that about
Arcane
Resident
team, though.
Evil.
Yeah,
and
it's in the
everyone
same-
hated me for it. So
Yeah, this is
careful,
the
MVG.
this is the other Arcane team. This is for the Prey.
Yeah, this is the Prey
Dishonored,
team.
yeah. So slightly different. But Evan, you got a Discord question over there?
Got a couple on this topic actually. With the
Okay.
Microsoft Activision deal seemingly going through, do you think this will mean a pause on video game acquisitions by Microsoft?
Pause.
I don't. I guess it depends because you might see some, based on economic circumstances, you could see some studios or publishers get into some trouble. I would not be shocked if that happened.
I'd be very surprised if there's the attrition of acquisitions this year than we saw last year, right? Because with all these tech companies laying off literally tens of thousands of people, big tech is like just laying off everyone. I'd be surprised if we see much more this year, but we might.
No, I'm curious. Sony's supposed to spend some money, but I don't think they're gonna do anything massive in terms of acquisition. So
Didn't they just buy Square
Hold on.
Enix or something? I thought I saw a video about that.
I don't.
Oh,
I don't think
okay.
they're gonna buy Square Enix.
Where'd you see that?
They're not gonna do.
Subscription feed. I can't.
Why don't you just go ahead and say it? Why not?
Max has a video that Square Enix just they could buy out from Sony. I haven't watched the video yet. I haven't had a chance.
The thing that's interesting about Square, though, is they're looking for people to buy individual studios, basically. So that actually could happen without them buying the entirety of Square Enix.
I think I don't know if we're gonna go on this more, but I think Sony's really. I think they just want Final Fantasy. I think if they can just get that. I don't think they care. They don't care about all. Why the hell would they take on all Square Enix's issues? Like games that they don't give a crap about. They didn't even care about Octopath Traveler 2. That's one of their best. They didn't even care, dude. They didn't even advertise it at all. So I don't think they care about everything. I mean, although Nier, I know they like that. They like Nier. But
Have another Discord question, Evan.
What Activision Blizzard games do you look forward to playing on Game Pass?
Whatever.
Diablo.
Wasn't that announced? a
Less
month ago
games I
already?
have to buy. That's great.
I mean, it'll be there eventually. So a Call of Duty then will be in there every year, I guess. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 when that gets announced, that'll be great, right? There's a new Spyro game coming. Those will all be good. That Crash Bandicoot game, the party looking game, that'll be in there eventually.
Oh,
Arena
God.
Hero Arena Shooter or Basher. I don't know what it is.
Oh, who at that company was like, you know what? This is the move right here, folks. This is the $30.
You know what? It looks like them chasing a trend and showing up late to the party. That's what.
Oh, very, very late.
what game are y'all talking about?
That Crash Bash Fighter.
It's the Crash multiplayer game, man.
Oh.
I didn't even see people really like excited about it either. I was like, oh man, that's too bad. Because it was rumored for a while. It got announced at the Game Awards last year, and then everyone forgot about it. And then they just dated it recently. And then a week later, everyone's already forgotten about it again. So I'm like, man. That's too
Out of
bad.
these crusty multiplayer games, man, come out of nowhere. Like,
Yeah, just make another Crash game.
is there like battle passes and all that?
Probably.
Like,
Oh
Yeah, more than
that's
likely,
that's
yeah.
happening.
Yeah,
It's only $30, so
Yeah,
they gotta
I'm so tired. Like that Exo whatever game that I watched.
Exo
Max-
Primal.
Yeah,
That's full fucking price, man.
But, like, did you guys see the presentation?
I will gladly
Like,
not buy that
they
game.
went through like 2 minutes of skins and battle pass. I'm just like, oh, you've got to be kidding. What happened to like Uncharted 2 multiplayer? Where like you just like played and you just unlocked the stuff there. I remember that multiplayer. That multiplayer was lit. It's like nobody makes multiplayer like that anymore. At least not.
I
a lot.
remember when you could unlock things within the game with playing the game, not with money.
Let me go through some of these super chats here. I live for retro. It says, anyone checking out MLB The Show 23 next week? I think Nate is.
Nate,
On
what you
Game
got?
Pass.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
All right, cool. So Nate can report back. Let us know what he thinks.
Do you want us to do the home run derby again like last year?
Yeah, that none of you participated in. Thank you.
Who won?
Me, because I'm the only one who played. I only had to hit one
Solid
home
way
run,
to
and the
do it.
game ended saying, "Congratulations, you won the SpawnCast Home Run Derby."
That's a sad.
Repeat. I was a
Congrats.
repeat champion.
Did they drop the confetti for it, or no? They didn't feel like sweeping it up.
They dropped a whole stadium worth.
You gonna rock that Switch version?
Xbox Game Pass.
I played the Switch version. Oof.
It has cross-platform support. See, we could all have a home run derby. You could be Ken Griffey Jr., Barry
I feel like I'd be kind of
Bonds.
picking on the person.
Oh,
on the-
well, no, ain't no one would have fucking be Barry fucking Bonds.
He like the
No
Mariners.
Bonds, no McGuire, no Sosa. Come on now.
No, they're
You're
part of the
banning
game,
the
man.
Royd players.
No, the Royd era was lit. I don't care what anybody says. The Royd era was lit in
if you're doing a
baseball.
Royd era, you have to play with only Royd era people.
The Royd era was
Everyone
the
has
best
to
era
play.
ever in baseball history. That was when it was exciting. When they got off roids, man, it was boring.
Griffey
Boy.
never fucked with roids.
No, Griffey didn't, but that's because he was actually talented. What I'm saying, most people needed the roids. They needed it to be. You can't. Ken Griffey's like a once in a lifetime athlete. You can't. It's
Yeah, it's
can't
true.
like Ken Griffey. So
So we got the home run derby going.
Maybe.
Yeah, set it up.
are there Royd era players or not? Because it'll decide whether
We
I'm
can
playing.
ban them from.
We could do one with them and one without them.
Is there a way to
I
set
will
it so their
play.
stats get skewed to like probably what they'd be like off roids? Like, could you...
Well, see, that's
No.
tough because Barry Bonds was good. And, I mean, all of the boys were good before they got really
Barry
big.
Bonds was a Hall of Fame caliber player pre
That's true. Barry
1998.
Barry Bonds' head got so big from using roids. His hat size was like
Sosa
15.
turned white from him.
Okay, you can discuss that in the in the after show.
This is the after show.
The Starlight says, I might be the only person on planet Earth who is saying it, but the PSVR 2 hype is here. How has your experience been until now, PS Synth Riders?
I mean, GT7 was amazing. Everything else has not really captivated me quite as much as I would hope. But I mean, I knew what I was getting into with it.
Playing through the Star Wars game, that was good. Tetris Effect is still the go-to, which is funny because I play them on the regular PSVR anyway. I need that. I need RE4. I need RE4. I think that would actually be a really cool.
Is there any type of window for that?
No,
When we know
it
it's
like
coming?
just started development.
Yeah,
That's why we got the kayaking game. Nice
I have been
leisure
playing that
game.
too. I got really annoyed in that game though
What
because
did you do? Hit the whale?
no, I didn't try that. You can hit the whale.
I tried. I didn't get
No.
to it.
No, because far away they have a shipwreck. There's a boat, right?
Oh my god.
Tell me, MVG, if you're a developer and you're looking around, you're like, I'm gonna put this ship over here. Tell me you would not expect a player to then go to that ship.
You'd
If it's
probably
just, it's
expect-
there. Like, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, you'd probably expect it to go to that ship.
There's an invisible wall blocking it off.
Tasty.
It took me 8 minutes to get there.
You got a trophy for it. You got the deep sea trophy.
Oh, see, what are you complaining?
I sat there in the
That's what was in the boat. It was the trophy.
in front of the TV doing like you have to do like the paddle motion and stuff for like 8 minutes, and I'm like, I better. And then you just hit an invisible wall, and it was one of the most disappointing. I didn't even turn around. I just turned the PlayStation off.
See, this guy wanted to go out in like the nice tropical setting, go out way in the ocean, and have the shark jump up and eat him. Be like,
No,
oh,
I
I
didn't-
can't
I
be
didn't-
eaten
no,
by the
this was
shark.
Arctic. This was like in the,
Scarface.
there was like ice and snow everywhere. It was nice there.
Yeah,
you know?
it has you can see the southern lights. Did you look up at those? Did you do the night?
No, I was too busy. My eyes blurred from rage that I couldn't get to the boat.
Did you at least watch Did you go to the camp? They have the expedition camp. Did you go to that?
No,
Oh, see, so there's something you could have gone to, but no, you had
I was
to go
gonna
out to
play
the
it
boat.
more. I just had to step away.
There's penguins. There's
I saw the
orca,
penguins.
A lot of stuff there.
Tijo says somewhere in the Origins Plus announcement is a wanted sign with a picture of Chaotix. Maybe they're in the computer room. Joking aside, it needs releasing from the confines of the 32X.
That's such a weird thing, because like I don't think they're ever gonna re-release that game. It take absolutely no effort whatsoever. You don't have to do special things. Just put the fucking ROM out there that's been running on everything since 2001. It's so weird to me. I don't think they like the game. I don't think Sega has any sort of appreciation for the game. But at least you're getting the Game Gear games. I mean, that's pretty cool. I don't know. I like the physical version. I think that looks cool because it looks like a Genesis game. I might actually snag that.
They did that with didn't they do it with Mania Plus?
What's
Like
your favorite Sonic game, Jose?
Oh
my god!
I played Colors on the Wii, and then I thought that Sonic was kind of not my thing. It's too fast. I don't know. I don't.
What do you like?
There's nothing wrong with this opinion.
about-
She's actually let her cook. There's nothing wrong with this opinion.
What about Sonic and the Black Knight with music by Tommy Tallarico?
That one was garbage. I played that game on the Wii, and I got super frustrated as a 7-year-old and threw the Wiimote. I can't.
How much did you hate the music in the game?
I was like 34
I don't even
when that game
remember the
came out.
music.
It was that bad, huh?
I was working at GameStop when that game came
I
out.
was like a grown man. Like, I'm gonna go and play Sonic.
No, I was in college.
Wait,
Well,
Sonic
I
is
was-
7. No, yeah,
Oh my
I was
God.
like 18 or 20.
I was sitting at a solid 7, but
Okay.
I have Frontiers. I want to play it, but I'm hesitant because I don't think Sonic is for me. I really just
On what
don't.
platform do you have Frontiers?
The Switch, because I don't have a PS5. Yeah, that's
You
what I've
have an
heard. It's really
Xbox,
bad.
though.
Yeah.
You should have gotten it on the X Series X. Or S.
Yeah.
What about Sonic? Check out Sonic Mania. That's always on sale for.
I
cheap.
did want to play that one. That one actually looks really good. But
Yeah, it's fun.
Give a shout out to Scott. Scott dropped a super chat here. Scott the Waz.
Yo, Scott.
Shout out to Scott. Haven't seen Scott around in a while, so good to see him popping in here. Some other super chats. Oh, actually, Josie, what's your opinion on Lego games?
love Lego games. Grew up with
Perfect.
Indiana Jones.
Perfect. Okay, good. You're on deck for the next topic.
Sean, this episode's just been pain for you.
I'm so sorry.
Jack Morning says, glad to have RGT pretty much back to normal, but if health things hadn't worked out, could he have been remade in the Carbon engine?
I don't know. Could I have? I don't know. I haven't thrown up in for like years, and then twice within the past like week and a half, I've been throwing up. I think it's the end of May.
Oh, some people in the chat. Yeah, we'll get Scott on here. Scott on here at some point. I think he's gonna be coming back around here soon. We'll get him on for some topics. Okay, let's talk about Lego. Okay, Sean, I know you're excited. Don't worry.
Okay, first and foremost, you're trying to slander me and Lego. If the source material is good, I like the Lego games. I like Lego Jurassic Park. I enjoyed Lego Harry Potter because I had just came off of watching those movies. Lego City Undercover is a really good game. I have no nostalgia for the Lego racing game on the N64. I never played it. So I'm not going to get excited about a new Lego racing game when there's not that nostalgia for me. It looks fine. Does it look like a full price purchase for me? No.
Okay. we had rumors that there was going to be a Lego racing game. Well, we had Lego Racers back on the N64. That was a long time ago now. So it's interesting that decades later they decided to show up with a partnership with 2K and Take-Two. And they're going to release this thing May 19th. So it is out in less than 2 months. And it's odd because it is developed, Sean, by the WWE and NBA team, Visual Concepts.
Yep,
Did not expect that one really, but
all the battle passes and all the stupid stuff that they put in there.
they're going to release, like, I'm sure DLC and all kinds of stuff, right? They have all the different editions and everything for it, but it's coming to all platforms. They're putting it on PS5, Xbox Series XS, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC.
I love that Switch version, just the code in a box. Right?
They're dropping it everywhere. But, I saw the trailer and I'll admit I was a little surprised based on how much was put into this game. You can build out your own cars. They have kind of the transformation between boat and car. You can do that on the fly, and the world itself is completely open. So you can just drive around. You can have online co-op with friends. Kind of a spiritual successor, I guess, sort of to the Lego racing game. And they said they were modeling it similar to Mario Kart. So
I think it looks awesome. I'm
See?
gonna probably get it.
There we go. Sean was talking a lot of smack the other night.
If it's once it goes to $20, which will probably be in a couple months, but
okay, I'm gonna buy it.
There we go. That's what I'm doing.
That's definitely at $20. It's like, damn, this is the best game ever at $20. But for $70 on PS5 and Xbox Series, like, you know, even for full price it seems like one of those games that will drop in price pretty quickly though. So I don't think
like every Lego game just drops pretty much immediately. You just gotta wait a couple months and they're down.
I don't know. Unless you're
like a Skywalker saga went on sale like very fast, but it sold well too. Though they seemed happy with the sales.
No, it sold extremely well, but those games those Lego games, there's too many.
The previews came out for this game, and even the people doing the previews were shocked by it. Like I think they went into it expecting it was gonna be a smaller scale game and not as much to it. And from what I saw, a lot of previews, people seemed really happy with it. Had the drifting kind of similar to Mario Kart and all this. So it looked
but
cool.
I mean, critical reception doesn't equate to sales and success. Though. I mean, Bayonetta Cerveza got really good reviews. Shit sold 6,000 its debut week in Japan.
Leave that thing alone.
No, I can't.
That's a small game from. That wasn't even expected to sell good though. That's not a AAA game.
It's a $60 game. If you're asking
that's
$60.
That's not a AAA game.
If you're asking $60, you are putting yourself up there with a $60 game.
No, I get it, but they're not expecting to sell a ton of copies of Bayonetta Origins.
But
it was literally like they're not expecting to sell they're not expecting to sell a lot.
I think them putting it everywhere, it being a big push for 2K and Lego, I feel like this is gonna sell pretty well for them too. So I'm on board. I'll check it out when it comes out day one. We'll see how it is. May 19th. That's a week after Zelda. So
we would have beaten the game by then.
Will we? I'm still trying to get through Resident Evil 4. Now we'll have a good grasp of Zelda, but it's gonna be interesting going back and forth between that and Lego and Suicide Squad got moved out. So who's talking about that one at least? Oh, we're gonna play that too. Hey, maybe Lego 2K. No, I won't get in.
You better hope I get a review code if you want me to play Suicide Squad.
For Suicide Squad? Oh man, you're skipping the Rocksteady game.
It doesn't look great, John. If I want to play a Rocksteady game that I know I'm going to enjoy, I'll play Batman Arkham Origins on the Wii.
Got delayed
or not Arkham Origins, Arkham City.
It got delayed to the end of the year anyway, so it might end up in next year, from what people are saying. So we'll see when it comes back. But hey, Lego 2K Drive, I like the sound of it. I do. We'll see more about it when it comes out in less than 2 months. How do people feel about that, by the way? Announcements of games that are less than 2 months away. There's like, hey, it exists. It's coming out in 7 weeks.
How do we feel about it? I love it.
Yeah,
you like that? Okay. Okay.
I think it's cool. Depends on the game. Like Metroid Prime was super exciting, but some I don't know, if they did that for Bayonetta Origins, I probably wouldn't have cared. Depends.
I feel like if we get to a point where there are no more physical games left and it's just all digital downloads, and you could see shadow drops actually more frequently, even I bet, because then they'll worry about the logistics of getting it to stores and that sort of thing. I mean, Hi-Fi Rush was a shadow drop. Metroid was a shadow drop, even though they saw they get physical games to stores. They said, hey, it's coming out later, but you can get the digital copy right now. So I like it though. I'd rather not wait 3 or 4 years. Like when we saw Spider-Man at E3 3 years in a row, and it was their headline 2 of those years, that was rough. That was like, I just want this game to come
Horizon
out.
2, Forbidden West.
Yeah.
No, Zero Dawn. I know Horizon Forbidden West, I think they announced that it was a little bit closer, but I remember I went to E3 all the years. I remember going, and it was there like every year.
Yeah.
I was just like, when's it coming out?
I like the idea of a game getting announced in the same year that it's coming out. Even technically RE4 remake, they announced that 8 months before it dropped. So 7 or 8 months. I prefer that if they can make it happen. So I'm all for that. Evan, we got Discord question over there.
Why are retro Pokemon games expensive? The market was flooded with them. Artificial scarcity?
For people are willing to pay it.
They're also a lot older now, and I feel like a lot of people just hold on to them for that nostalgia sake, or if they get destroyed or they don't save, and I'm not even kidding, they probably just get thrown out. As bad as that sounds, think about back in the day when people were leaving for college or whatever, and their parents are going through their rooms, and I know so many friends who just had their entire, I don't say the entire, but a good chunk of like their handheld or Game Boy section donated or just thrown away or something because they were looked at as like toys from when they were younger. So I feel like a lot of that stuff's just kind of lost to time, and that's why. So
beat
while
the
it
fuck out of my parents, don't fucking touch my shit.
while it says 30 million, I feel like it's much less than that now, and people just hold on to them. So, you have another one, Evan?
Are the Atelier games worth playing for an RPG fan?
Yes. No, wait. Atelier Ryza. Atelier Ryza and Atelier Marie. No. Sophie. Sorry. Atelier Sophie. Atelier Sophie and Atelier Ryza. Those two, that series, they're both really good. But Atelier Ryza is really, really good. The third one just came out. It's good. 1 and 2 are really good as well.
Okay. What's another one, Evan?
We got one for Sean. How long did it take you to realize you wanted to be the best Nintendo YouTuber there was?
I don't know what you're talking
Serious
about.
question.
Not a Nintendo YouTuber. So, you know the vibes. I mean, before today's video, the last 2 weren't Nintendo videos at all.
So let's talk about Spider-Man 2. We did have a strange situation here, although this keeps happening. We find out a lot of stuff just from voice actors, music artists, and all this because they don't. MVG, is it odd that the gaming market seems more secretive than basically anything else? Has that any developer, has that ever like bugged you when you'll hear about a movie and like all the stuff happening way in advance? Like they don't even try to hide it. They're just hanging out with interviews like, well, this will come out years from now, or we're working on this, or we're doing that. And like games, sometimes it just gets under lock and key up until like 3 months before it comes out.
I mean, it is a little odd, and I think it would be nice in some instances to kind of reveal more of what studios are working on. But here's my counter argument. We were told that there was a build of Redfall for the PS5. The fucking internet went crazy about it. So maybe it's better just to not say anything until the games come out. So
sure.
I don't really know. I personally would like to have less around NDAs and stuff so people can get more information. But I also understand there's a business, you got competition, you've got hardware makers that are basically fighting with each other and stuff like that. So, you want to keep your company's secrets to yourself, ultimately, especially if it's a big IP.
Okay. I feel like also if there was less secretive nature, people might understand the back end workings of the industry anyway, and maybe there wouldn't be that reaction down the road, but you'd have to go through a lot of reactions before you got to a point where people become kind of numb to it. But this was playing off the idea that Tony Todd, voice of Venom, just said, it looks like September for when the game's coming out. Massive publicity coming in August. Commercials start dropping in August, so I'm told.
That's the Candyman.
Yeah, so apparently Spider-Man's coming out the same month as Starfield.
Why don't they make a Candyman video game?
I don't know about the Candyman IP.
That would be really cool. Like, I'm surprised there wasn't one in the Candyman was a big deal.
Would it be like an asymmetric thing, like the Friday the 13th game you played?
You could do something like that.
Okay.
And like, you have to say it. You got to like avoid saying his name and like put that in the thing.
Like Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, except Candyman kills you. Beetlejuice, he just ruins your life and tries to fuck your daughter, evidently. but Candyman, no, he'll kill you.
So what? Okay. That must have been a different Beetlejuice. I was watching the cartoon show back in the day. You
gotta watch the movie. He marries Lydia.
And the musical goes kind of crazy. It's like
I kind of want to go see that.
You should see it. It's so good.
I'm not gonna lie.
Something about the image of Sean walking into a theater.
I've been to several. I've seen Phantom.
Can you go in a top hat and monocle?
I feel like with Sean there, you'd be sitting there watching really nice upscale, and they just hear like the crack of like a can somewhere.
Imagine Sean leaving his house and not going to the gas station. That just doesn't walk down right to me.
Sean was up and open like that.
Is it past the Mississippi?
Like, 89 t-shirt.
I could use the car service. The guy knows me because he picks up my mom and he's like, "I know you," and I'm like, "Do you?"
Is that the car service? You mean Uber?
No. There's a car. My mom takes a car service from the airport to my house or to grandma's house when she comes up. And the last time no, not the last time. The time before, when I had my health scare back in January, and she came up and just stayed with me. It was like 7 a.m. I'm wearing like pajama pants, like a crusty sweatshirt, like half asleep, just saying goodbye to her outside. And the guy's like, "I know you." I was like, "Do you?" secure RGT. I was like, yeah, thanks. Don't kill my mom.
Spider-Man 2, September, next to Starfield. Probably I assume the week after Starfield, unless they just dropped it on the same day. Spider-Man 2's out same day.
I'm playing Starfield. But Starfield.
That's a tough decision. I mean,
I'm playing Spider-Man.
I want to play through Spider-Man 2 because there's going to be a start and then end, whereas Starfield seems like something you're just going to be playing it.
I just need to see what Starfield is. Spider-Man 2, yeah, that's true. I need to play Starfield when it comes out, just because it could be crazy.
Spider-Man's going to drop. It's probably going to be a complete, like, very little bug game, and Starfield's a Bethesda game. You might want to give it a week. Maybe.
Yeah. No, but that's that you experience the bugs, but like you
don't want
it, you breathe it, you experience with it. That's how it works.
The people who did that, their hard drives on their PS4s, 3s filled up from like
that was the PS3. Basically, Skyrim would keep
it just kept saving
whenever you did an autosave. It didn't overwrite the autosave; it stacked on top of it. So people would come in and be like, why isn't this working? You look at their hard drive and it's completely full, and it's all Skyrim saves.
Yeah, just give it a week. Give it a week. See what happens.
John, put up a poll: Spider-Man 2 or Starfield.
That's a good one.
Spider-Man's gonna win. Spider-Man
should win. I don't know. Spider-Man's gonna win. No, dude. That's like, besides Tears of the Kingdom, that's my most hyped game for this year, and that's pretty damn close to Tears of the Kingdom.
Well, what about Evan? Are you gonna play Spider-Man 2?
No. You liked the first one. You played it.
Okay, I played it. That doesn't mean I liked it. I just beat it.
He didn't say that he liked it.
I got to the end. I got to the end. I saw the collection stuff, and I went, I'm not doing any of this, and I turned it off.
Did you play Miles Morales?
I watched people play Miles Morales while I was editing Newswave, and every time I looked over, I saw him activating a generator with his power, and that's what I thought the game was.
That was just one of the
major parts. Yes.
I asked the chat. They both come out the same day. Which one are you playing first, Spider-Man 2?
I low key dropped Miles Morales just because I was like, I
like Miles.
What, dude? That game was so. I think I 100% of that game, and like I usually don't 100% anything on.
It was good. It's not bad. It's just I got
great story.
I'm not as big
I love Miles as a character. I loved the movie that came out. Oh, so good.
It's
good. I love the Miles Morales.
Let's get Joe's opinion on the anything from Bethesda Elder Scrolls games. Have you tried those yet?
Yeah, I've played Skyrim a bunch, but I mean, I'm not big on Starfall, or I don't really care very much. But once I do get a PlayStation, eventually, I really do want to play all the Spider-Man games. They look super good, and I'm a huge fan of Miles Morales because of the movie that came out. Because I'm big into animation, so that animation was like super cool.
You're seeing the new movie then this summer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. All right, good stuff. Yeah, you can't get wrong. You get the Spider-Man games right away, you're in good shape. And Spider-Man 2 coming up, you have like a whole trilogy to play. So
I mean, play day one with Game Pass to leave a good comment for you, John. SpawnWave has destroyed this podcast with all these ponies on the panel. I watched a while back when he averaged like 4K. He ran a bunch of viewers off.
Fair assessment.
Yeah, very fair. There's a lot of Sony ponies on this.
One you're not Nintendo YouTuber.
You're not a Nintendo YouTuber, Sean. So it must be that. You must be.
Yeah, I'm Sony. Well, I'm an emulation tuber now. Just give me some time.
You're a PC gamer now.
I'm a PC gamer. Yeah, PC's where it's at. You can play the new shit. You can play the old shit.
Yeah, welcome in, dude.
RAT85.
It's great.
Man. Okay. Hey, I'm looking forward to both. I don't know what I'm gonna do if they both drop same day. I might have to just go Spider-Man 2, beat it, and then go to Starfield. But we have the preview for Starfield coming up at E3, not E3 with Microsoft. So
they need to wow us with that.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah, they've got time to plan it out, and so I feel like they're gonna have a good show.
I think both companies have to wow us with their presentations. We need something meaningful for Starfield, and we also have to see what's going to differentiate Spider-Man 2 from Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales.
We haven't seen Spider-Man 2 gameplay.
We haven't seen anything of Spider-Man 2 up to this point.
Yeah.
If they say the big difference
about Nintendo, though,
because if they say the big difference is co-op, like that kind of blow it up a little bit.
See, that's going to be the thing. Yeah, is it going to be co-op? Are we going to swap between Peter Parker and Miles? How are they going to approach the concept?
Or Venom?
Venom. How is this all going to play out? Is it going to be multiverse? What are they going to do with this game? Are we going to see some sort of tease to Wolverine? Is Logan going to be walking around New York for some weird reason, just as a means to tease the game?
What would be kind of cool is if they have Matt Murdock in there in some way, and they kind of tease like the idea of branching off to Daredevil game of some kind. That would be cool.
The Daredevil guy, the guy who like kidnapped a child or something. Oh no, that's the Flash. That's the Flash. Sorry, there's so many fucking superheroes, man. Like I'm like, you got your X-Men, you got your Superman, you got your Batman, you got your Spider-Man. That's all I need. You know what I'm saying?
I think you would like the Daredevil series that was on Netflix for a while, Sean. I think you would like that.
That's the blind
guy. It's one
guy.
of the best shows.
Okay.
So good.
Very good.
I never finished it. I watched like 8 of them with this girl that I was seeing, and then we stopped seeing each other. And I was like, well, I'm not going to finish this by myself. Like, this was our thing. So I never finished it.
You should. It's very good.
I can't.
Go back to the beginning and start.
I did that with Altered Carbon before I got married. I was watching this one girl, then I was like, we stopped talking. I was like, oh, screw this shit.
It kind of fell off.
I bet it did.
Yeah. It was cool. But then,
Let's see. Zoob says, Sony, please don't take Asano off Nintendo handheld. I'm telling you, I don't think Sony's buying all of Square. I think they'll invest in the division that makes the mainline Final Fantasies. I think Team Asano will kind of just do their thing off to the side like they have been. The true Xbox Eliminator. Okay. Thanks, OJ, for the Fire Emblem help last week. Even though Tamara to the first final battle, looking forward to the DLC Wave 4, looks amazing. Then also Xbox sucks. Almost. They're so close.
You were so close, man. I was there with you at 99% until the end. But yeah, man, keep playing Fire Emblem Engage. It's incredible.
Mr. Jackson says, did MVG see the de novo booth empty at GDC?
I actually didn't. I took a photo of it.
Does it not have any people in it either? Like the people working,
was
just like, yeah, screw it, just left.
There's only like one guy manning the booth, and like no one was like, he didn't have any appointments or anything. No one was like coming up and asking. I took a photo.
Adam says, got a Samsung Q70A with HDR and VRR with 120 FPS now for games that have higher frame rate. Various games have been super smooth on PS5 now. Curious what everyone's displays are. Much love.
It's a good display, man.
The Q70A with HDR, yeah.
CX.
I have the
TV, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I have the Sony OLED over there, and then I have the Gigabyte monitor here. What that's 4K HDR with G-Sync, I think, but I think it also has FreeSync. It's a nice monitor. I use it for Call of Duty and Halo mostly. Mapster says this year is the year.
Hey, could be.
Zoop says, did anyone look into a talking sock? I shouted them out as a good potential guest last year.
Hey,
not.
Is it a puppet? Because I think there's no puppet policy on this panel.
No Arlo.
No Arlo?
Something weird about puppets and socks and stuff like that. I don't know.
Xbox One, PlayStation 1 says all of a sudden RE4 best on Xbox. Yeah, right. Have fun with no haptics, you bandwagon posters.
I just told you, man. I got the PlayStation 5 version of the game with the haptics.
Cocksucker! I bought it because I wanted it early so I could make a fucking video because this is my job and I kind of rely on people watching my shit in order to make money.
Wait a minute. Was he upset that he thought that we were bashing the PlayStation version of Resident Evil?
No, he's saying that none of us have the PlayStation version. I've got it right here.
What do you? We just talked about.
Unbelievable.
I think it was talking to me.
I literally streamed the PS5 before my PS5 just died on me when I was streaming. I was streaming the PS5 version. We talked about people. I think
I'll take the fall. I'll take the fall. That's on me. Sorry, guys.
That's gotta be a joke. We talked about
PlayStation 5 version.
Is it sealed? It looks sealed.
If it's a joke from Xbox lost PlayStation 1.
It's a joke.
Because they had a follow-up and they said, RGT, you are my hero. They said they would not have the guts to be like you and still show my face after overhyping Balan and GoldenEye.
My GoldenEye, what was wrong with GoldenEye? GoldenEye on Xbox was good. It just didn't have the online multiplayer.
I mean, we did watch you just turn on GoldenEye on the Switch and immediately look at your feet in the sky and then yell.
Because fuck that shit.
They fixed the controls in that. That was so hard to play.
It's almost like the controls, because it's a certain game from a certain era.
Yeah, Xbox figured it out.
We don't gotta talk about that, because you can, I'm just saying.
Delta says, I've never properly played Resident Evil before. Do you guys think RE4 Remake is a good entry point?
It's fine.
Yeah, I think you could jump into it and
I mean, you can get 2 and 3 remake for like $10 total. They're on sale fairly frequently.
2 remake is still really good. Yeah. Peep says, have anyone received their limited run special edition of Shredder's Revenge?
I'll be 6 feet under by the time that comes in.
Jared says, did you see Pentiment won Best Narrative at GDC?
I'm sure.
Damn
Nate was
right it
happy
did.
about that.
Because Pentiment is a fantastic game, strong narrative, amazing cast of characters, an underrated gem of 2022. It will be remembered as one of the finest games of this generation that no one played.
Tony says, I'm at PAX. I wish some of you would come some year. I do need to go to PAX East one year.
It's just there's no reason to right now.
This year, I think, is still kind of a weird year. I think it's kind of like a gap year almost. E3 is kind of in doubt now, too.
Pretty hard when they schedule it right at the same time as another event that I was at this week.
Yeah, a lot of people had to pick and choose if they wanted to go to GDC.
Some people went to both.
Some people did.
Old man Winter over here. I mean, can only do one.
I ain't Mr. Moneybags over here. I can't do both.
Mr. Juan says, hi, everyone. Quick question. Is there anybody who has played RE4 getting random flickers of light at the bottom of the screen?
Oh, I talked to him about that. He's playing the PlayStation version.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm seeing that on occasion.
There's a patch coming.
This is from Jeremy saying, digging the remakes right now. Didn't get to play a lot. These because of owning different systems. Jacob says, thoughts on the new Final Fantasy 16 info? I love it.
Oh my God. Finally.
It looks
great. Whoa. Well, finally, what? I thought you were against this game because it was action instead of turn-based.
I was never against the game. I never said I was against the game. I said that they should make a more traditional line major Final Fantasy and split the series. That's what and a lot of people think, yeah, that'd be a good idea. But that's beside the point. I have no problem with them doing an action Final Fantasy. But I'm saying finally because they actually showed like colors and like scenery and like grass and like normal, like maybe like what you'd be doing normally, not like dark corridors and just cutscenes and stuff like that, which they literally addressed that at PAX saying, hey, look, we've got colors. Like they were making jokes about it. Some of the people that were working, like, look, there's colors, there's sceneries, there's stuff. So that's why I said finally, because they actually showed off that stuff, which I knew was going to be in the game. I just didn't understand why, they weren't showing that. And they were just showing all these because the last footage was just all like dark areas, it was just Charlie Murphy everywhere. So like now it's actually just it was just darkness everywhere. So now it's like they actually like opened it up a bit, So it was good. It was much better.
Yeah, I'm just ready for Final Fantasy 16 to come out. I'm just ready.
Yeah. I don't want to see any more. Like, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to see any more. They've got the doggos in there. They've got the gameplay looks great. I wasn't a fan of this. The squeezing through the section, but whatever. It is.
Yeah, it happened in RE4 remake, and I almost threw.
It does happen in RE4 remake.
Yeah, I don't like those sections. I don't like but whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But no, it looks really good. Like that Devil May Cry producer, like you can see the combat just really from there. I wish there was more like party based. Like I wish there was actually like another maybe like one more character with you, like you and then like a doggo, like somebody else. But I haven't played it yet, so I don't know how the balance is. Yeah, cat would be good. Something else.
Cat would die.
The doggo's cool. The doggo's
cat would run away. Dog.
And you're gonna get people sometimes. You will have temporary people that will be on your team and fight for a bit, then they're gonna leave. So, but no, it's good. Like the colors look great, the graphics look fantastic. I am excited. I'm looking forward to it quite a bit.
Afro says RE4 remake is wicked sick. Have fun gaming cast.
Yes, sir.
Ricketts says, bought a Steam Deck. Any recommendations? RE4 remake. Actually, I don't know how it plays on there.
No, Alex said it plays good.
There you go. RE4 remake. Easy recommend right there. Andy says, good to have the lady presence help keep RGT PG-13.
I've done well tonight.
I'm sorry.
You sure about that?
Wait.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I said one thing. You told me to fuck off. I was like, and it wasn't even that bad.
Wait.
I mean,
Wave says congrats to MVG for RE4 Collector's Edition since GameStop canceled mine, and I'm really bummed out.
Man, I don't know how I got lucky with mine. Like, I was just assuming mine was gonna get canceled.
What's the resale market on them?
I don't know.
You showing that off in a video, MVG? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm doing a Monday video, like talking about the game, and I have a little section where I unbox it as well.
Okay.
There's no people who like to see that stuff.
$500.
Wow. Jeez.
Apparently, real quick on this, the Final Fantasy Pixel stuff is going for like up to 1,000.
Are you serious?
Yeah, somebody told me in my chat.
Pixel remaster?
Yeah, they're going up
to. Sean's ears just went up. Hold on a minute.
Hell yeah, because I bought that bullshit.
Oh, digital. Why don't you just get digital, huh? Huh, Mr. Digital?
Because that was before.
Mr. Emulation?
That was before.
Mr. Emulation, Mr. Digital. Oh, now all of a sudden, oh, hell yeah, physical.
What's the name of that shit again?
Oh, just the base one is like $200 if you just got the regular one.
Oh, so it's the $300 collector.
It's the nice collectors.
Yeah, the 300. That's what I meant. The $300 that is up to $1,000.
The gaming says, can we get a Spyro game made by Lucky Tail devs?
Would be a banger. That's a good idea.
I like Lucky's Tale.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's underrated.
They did like the re-release or the second release of it. That one was pretty good. G-Man says, LOL at Halo Infinite winning 0 Game Awards. Yep. David says the Ninja Turtles and Savage Dragon crossover comics are good also. T-Joe says, if Nintendo wants a reason to make a new F-Zero, why not make a consumer level version of the F-Zero AX cabinet? Also waiting for GX on Switch.
Well, yeah, it's at who's making it again?
X level, right?
Yep.
There you go.
I think MVG confirmed that.
Kid says, come back to me after watching Power Rangers RPM.
And look, no, Nate outlined it perfectly. You watch the series up until the first movie with Ivan Ooze, and then you're done. You move on with your life.
That was a good villain, right? Ivan Ooze. I like that villain.
He was all right. It's not a bad movie. It's weird. Like, I don't understand like why they're fucking skydiving at the start and like Red Hot Chili Peppers are playing like it's like, what the fuck are we doing here?
I mean, tell me though, you didn't kind of you didn't lose your mind as a kid when Ivan Ooze was just blowing up the command center.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
deal.
did you see it in the theater, John?
I did.
Must be nice, John.
It was nice.
Yeah, I had to rent that.
Yeah, I had to rent that too.
You
know what? I don't even think I rented it. I think I watched it with my cousin because his mom had government cheese and my mom didn't.
TJ says, wish list for next Mario Kart, a story mode with mission mode replay, a jukebox mode, like in the PS4 version of Tekken 7, and a track editor.
It needs that
track editor would be good for Mario Kart.
The single player mode, I would like that. Mission mode, yep. Give me challenges, all that. That would be great.
If they follow what they did with Donkey Kong or Diddy Kong Racing on the N64, they could do a really cool single player thing.
Okay, like an adventure kind of mode.
Yeah, adventure.
Okay. Flipping the Switch says it's legitimation of their identity as a savvy consumer. Folks like to think that their decision to buy one box was correct, defined as being bolstered by social proof, consistency, and authority. It's ego, not economics. I think people just like to say stuff on Twitter, to be honest.
It's part of its ego. Yeah, part of its ego too. Like some people, they gotta know.
Tijo says, anyone else dreading that Call of Duty is going to exist for 10 more years? I want Activision Blizzard to pull out more than just COD and Blizz stuff. Call of Duty will exist anyway. It wouldn't matter. It just keep existing. And then actually, you know what? I think we have all our topics covered, right?
Yes.
We do have all our topics. Okay, so I still have some super chats to go through here.
Yeah, I've still got a handful of Discords as well.
I thought as we do that, we'll do a small Q&A, still about 15 minutes. And we'll let the chat ask Josie whatever they want, respectfully, chat. Ask her whatever they want to get to know her some, and you could check her channel out. It's in the description under panel, right at the top there. Make sure you check it out. Go. Hey, the Metroid Prime Remaster, good video. Check that one out.
Sub to Josie's channel.
Yes, go check her out. Sean, you want to pick out some questions while I sort back through these super chats and make sure I have the most updated ones here?
Yeah.
I've still got some Discord queues if we wanted to.
You want to hit us
sprinkle
with a
it in.
Discord question, Evan, while we collect some questions?
Do you think that Lorna Shore's music will end up in the next Kojima game after he tweeted about getting their new album?
What? Oh my, that makes no sense. But I think there's a chance because they are very popular and they have that overly. Wait, what?
You seem really passionate about that.
Well, it's just weird that Kojima fucking likes that shit. But no, their music is very hardcore, but it has that, over the top orchestrated shit. I think you could potentially see something with them.
Okay.
All right.
Jason says you ought to not talk that way, just a boy. Christopher says fun show tonight. Josie is a great addition. Not sure any of you like golf games. I'm looking forward to EA Sports PGA Tour coming out soon.
Love golf games.
Wow. Okay.
Are you really going to disrespect golf games right now?
You're going to disrespect 36 great holes of golf with Fred Couples on the Sega 32X? It's a fine golf.
And Lee Carvello's putting challenge?
I used to like Tiger Woods on the Wii. That was fun.
Did it fucking kill you, MVG?
Fucking killed me, all right.
Pretty says much. All right, go ahead, Sean.
Would you rather microwave your car keys or flush your wallet, Josie?
Okay, so I wasn't expecting
Car
this
keys.
question.
Okay.
I don't have a car
Sean
right now,
in
so
charge of the
that's
question.
all good with me. I can
There we
microwave
go.
my keys. They can handle it.
All right.
Okay. No. Okay, that's the okay. Pretty
Is that-
says,
We're done.
which ABK game are you looking forward to being back compatible? My personal pick is metal arms. Okay, glitch in the system. That's a good one.
What was the question?
What ABK games are you looking forward to being back compatible? If they because they mentioned they could go back and do some now that they would have the complete license. Or
I'd like to see. Well, I don't know.
Say Lost Vikings. Is that about to happen?
No, that'd be really cool if they did.
But
Lost
didn't
Vikings.
that get re-released in the arcade collection that they did?
The Blizzard arcade? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah.
You know what I would want to see is Quake 4.
That's what I was going to say.
Ooh,
Quake
that
4.
would be good.
Then I pause because does Activision have that like completely, or does someone else own it? Like does
I don't
Bethesda
know.
have
Well,
it?
because
Ownership in that?
Activision published the original release, and we haven't seen it since. So I would imagine you think it's like a GoldenEye situation, but now Microsoft would have all parties
I don't know.
involved.
Yeah, well, that's true. Actually, that's a good point. Yeah, so based on that, because they own Bethesda and they potentially will own Activision, then yes, I will want Quake 4.
Bring back Quake Wars. I'll play the hell out of that.
And shout out to Scott the Waz again, coming in with the super chat there. Holden says RE4 mid, Kirby King. Dominic says, glad to see Nate back. MG, how's my Predator Concrete Jungle remaster coming along? Also,
Yeah, I'm working on a vertical slice for you. It'll be ready whenever.
anyone else miss when RGT would order a 30-inch sub sandwich?
Yeah, my fucking organs don't miss.
DJ says, I didn't play Lego Racer on 64. I played it on PS1 and PC. I also played the sequel, which I believe was open world.
Wait, you didn't say Holden's full name. That's not bad.
That was purposeful.
Come on, you can say it. That's not. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not bad.
You could go. You say it, Sean. Go ahead.
They want you to say it. Pineapple on pizza, Josie. Yay or nay?
No.
Okay, good.
Jose. Yes.
Why are we having such a hard time with this name?
I know, it's bad.
Because at the
It's a hard
beginning I
name.
said it might be
Josie,
Jose,
like
and you all got on
Josie and
that
the
train.
Pussycats.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
Jose. There you go.
that's my name on Discord. That's why it's confusing.
Jack says the original RE4 was my number one game. Remake took first. There it is. Joel says I went into a GameStop in my hometown in Sudbury, Canada, looking for a physical copy of Metroid Prime Remastered, and they told me they weren't getting any more copies. Do you guys know if this is a limited run? To my knowledge, they're just printing more, so they'll keep stocking them. I wouldn't go to a reseller who has it priced above whatever the MSRP is plus shipping. T-Joe says, OJ, what's the best Atelier game that still has English audio?
Still has English audio? I'm not sure.
Yes. Okay. Got it. Life says, someone get Josie some purple LED light stat. Oh, yeah, because we all have like
My bad.
purple lights and stuff.
I'm essentially in a dorm, but I will do my best.
Ryu Cat says, John, I'm glad you revealed TMNT The Last Ronin on your morning show. What other one-shot comic title would you want to see as a game, action, or RPG? All right, Evan, what's the one comic you would want to see as like a game that's like a one-shot title?
That's the thing, I don't know, because a lot of the ones I read are kind of fucked up. So, and
Okay.
not for like Joe Hill's The Cape would be crazy, but I think you'd have to play anybody but the main character since he's killing everyone. So.
Oh, okay. Art says Minnesota sucks at hockey.
That's unfortunate. A whole state sucks.
Bat says, why does Spawnway's face in his thumbnail make me feel like he is stern dad about to give me a stern lecture? That's just my face. I don't know what to tell you.
Going to give you a good talking to, so you should watch his videos.
Yep. And Art says, what are your thoughts on Minnesota sucking at hockey?
Collect Minnesota.
Ticho says, just a reminder that Sony has monopoly on anime. Boom says, anyone looking forward to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game?
My roommate is.
Yeah, I am.
Seems like Sean, you would be looking forward to it as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay, see, we got some people looking forward to it. Todd says, recently got back into gaming with a Switch and Xbox Series X and have enjoyed your content, RGT and Spawnwave. I'll have to check the other channels. And the Cardinal says, how many bear traps has everyone walked through?
At least
All of
3.
A lot.
Yeah, a
all
couple,
of
yeah.
them.
God
Holy-
damn.
Did they add more bear traps, bro?
Yes.
I feel
And
like
Ashley
they
can
have.
get stuck in them too, by the way.
Yes.
Fucking.
Damn, I'm just
You're
walking
about
all
to
of a
say
sudden. Bear trap. I'm like, who the hell is putting all these?
Sean, you got some you find some questions?
I've still got more if he doesn't.
Yeah, see, Evan has Discord questions.
Yeah, but you can still look for
You're
questions.
supposed to be asking our guests questions from the chat.
What's your favorite Nintendo system?
The Switch.
Yeah, see?
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go.
Okay.
I like the Wii too. I really like the Wii.
Okay. All right, Evan, why don't you go now? We'll go back and
Do
forth.
any of the SpawnCast have trouble finding easily accessible smaller game shops?
Yes, although if you go into like New Jersey, there are more of them, and they're definitely like hole in the wall shops, and you gotta find them. One is in like an office building, and you gotta go like all the way through into the back, and they have basically like some shelves in an office that are set up with games.
When
But-
I was in Los Angeles, I saw like a mom and pop shop. They had like a bunch of custom Mario and Sonic stuff. It was pretty cool. I was like, okay, some stuff here. So Los Angeles, there's some mom and pop shops scattered throughout the. Well, Los Angeles is big, but
They constantly shut down. I see them shut down all the time,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Most of them, I mean, most of the people are just doing what like Phoenix Resale does: buys up shit, goes to conventions, and sells it. It makes them more money than probably the stores are without the overhead.
Yeah, well, it'd work. Just go there with a big backpack and start selling, walk around selling. All right, Sean, what we got?
Favorite video game to TV movie transformation. So like a video game that became a movie.
Okay. The Mario movie is probably going to top it. I liked the Mortal Kombat one because I thought it was fun and trash, but it was
I
fun.
like that movie.
You're talking about 95.
You're talking about the original Mortal
No, she's
Kombat or
talking about
No,
the
the
most
new
recent
one.
new
It's the new one.
The recent one's good. I like
Where
it.
Sub-Zero is like really overpowered and like just starts
Yeah.
wiping everyone. Yeah,
Does
that
it have
was,
a
that was fun.
classic song to it though?
I like Kano, the Australian. He's awesome.
Kano.
Any
They had
reason
kind of like
why
a
you like
remix
him?
on the original song, didn't they?
He got his ass beat by a woman in the first movie. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
yeah. What's wrong with that?
That was
Sean?
the-
I said not that there's anything wrong with that. If you were the
Then
one
why
that
do you
had-
even?
I'm just bringing. I'm just
Just say
saying.
the character's name. Why do you go? What does the gender matter?
Tanya Blade.
Is this the after show?
What's his name's wife? Is it Sampras?
Pete
Pete
Sampras?
Sampras' wife?
Pete Sampras. What
Or is it
the
Andre Agassi?
Oh,
That's
Steffi
Steffi Graf.
Graf.
Oh, in the first one?
What are you talking about?
Okay, moving
The
on.
woman from she was in Billy Madison. She's married to Pete Sampras, isn't it?
This is
Wasn't she in the Mortal Kombat movie?
gosh. This is from J2 Blue says the best 2000s Power Rangers was Dino Thunder and it had JDF in it. Rest in peace, JDF.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
he was
Zach
in
Morris,
the,
Pete Sampras' wife.
he was in the first series, the Green Ranger, and then he became the White Ranger.
Mhm.
White Ranger, Tiger Power. White Ranger, Tiger Power. Like the show was always about him.
School stuff says, when will DSP and Wings of Redemption be on the SpawnCast? I don't know if the internet can handle any of that.
That would be so cool.
Austin says, hey, MVG, have you seen the latest creative tools that Epic showed off recently at their Creative 2.0?
I saw some of them at GDC. I caught the Hellblade 2 thing when it actually premiered. That was cool as well. But yeah, I've seen some stuff with the Unreal and Epic stuff at GDC this year.
Hellman asks, is Click coming back? Yes, she's been very busy, but she'll be coming back when she's ready. She's just been she's attending to more important things right now.
It's not that important, but child and all.
Yeah, yeah. She's a child now. She's busy.
Just put it in front of a tablet like every other parent. And just move on.
She will come back. Yes. Anthony says, I wonder if OJ plays E40. Tell him where to go when he plays his JRPGs. Love from Chicago.
E40. Tell him. I'm guessing that's that.
E40. It's a rapper.
Like E40, like a rap. That's what I'm thinking. And when he said E40, I was thinking,
yeah, okay. Love from Chicago.
Shout out to E40. I do like E40. I do like E40 quite a bit, but
I don't know if that's something from one of your streams or something. I don't know.
Maybe. No, I haven't talked about E40. I don't even remember the last time, but I like it. He's cool.
Joel came in with a big super chat and asked, how old is MVG and Nate? Love the SpawnCast crew. Shout out to Joel.
I'm 49. I'm turning 50 next month.
MVG found the fountain of youth over there. Jeez. Okay. All right. What about Nate?
I am 36.
There you go.
All right.
I think those are all the super chats here. Once again, shout out to Joel. Thanks everyone who came through with super chats. Evan, how many? We have some Discord questions left.
One question and one person who tried to make a topic, but we're not going to talk about it that much. But
okay.
Beside you guys, of course, where's the best place to get gaming news with great sources?
You watch Newswave?
Yeah. Basically.
No, I don't.
I'd probably say Newswave.
I mean,
to be fair, I do source.
Yeah, we source all our news sources.
Oh, okay.
So like, you can just.
I'm
go
thinking
there.
like sources from there.
Oh, okay. So like the actual like print sources.
From there, there are what like Eurogamer is good. VGC is good.
VGC is really. I think VGC is really good.
Gamatsu is good.
Yeah, Gamatsu's good.
Game
Even like VG 24/7 is not bad.
24/7. Nintendo Life is good for Nintendo stuff. Pure Xbox for Xbox. Push Square.
PlayStation Lifestyle for PlayStation.
The problem you run into is a lot of these places then try to editorialize it because of the Google algorithm trying to pull search results. So they can be kind of over the top with some stuff, but for the most part, they cite press releases, etc. So
the best place is Twitter. That's the best place, honestly. Everything usually ends
Twitter
up
and
on
4chan,
Twitter.
all my news. That's where I
Sean,
go.
do we have any other questions for Josie over here?
Yeah. Hey, where is John Cartwright, Josie?
I don't know.
See? All right. Do you ever see gaming magazines coming back?
No.
Right.
I don't even.
Print
I don't
is
think
dead.
magazines. Yeah, magazines are gone.
What's Nate's hairline like? Solid?
I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it's real good.
None of us have ever seen it, so we don't know.
Jordan has.
But
It's
Jordan's
like
not here.
John Stamos in Full House.
Mullet?
What's
or
a mullet?
post-mullet?
No, not the mullet. When Stephanie cut his hair by mistake and he got all
If
pissed
you
off
want to
and
know
then
what
broke
Nate
his
looks
arms.
like, go back to some of the first year of the SpawnCast, and there's a picture of him.
Yeah, when I was 19.
There you go.
Right there.
And you take that picture, you plug it into the whatever the app the kids are using, and it just ages him till he's
and
30.
it ages
Whatever
me
app
into
those
Tom
kiddos are
Hoover.
using. Hey Jose, what you using these days, you young whippersnapper? What are those Gen Zers using these days?
Yeah.
We got Sean. Any other questions?
What the hell is
before we
that?
start wrapping up?
God, I wasn't really looking. Did she?
Sean,
Did she beat Magalore mode yet on Kirby?
I did that today.
Oh, wow,
It
good.
was fun. Super fun.
Did you like the new Kirby game?
Yeah, I had a good time with it. I like Kirby, so it was pretty chill.
Did you play the one from the Wii, or is this your first time in?
I sort of played it on the Wii, but I didn't finish it. So, like, first time actually playing through it.
This version's way better. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Anything else, Sean? Then we go around and do some outros.
N64 GameCube.
Oh, that's
GameCube.
right. Oh, see there. See, okay, good stuff.
Yeah, but there's some bias at play.
Jose is the homie. She's the certified homie. Hood class, let's go.
In a few more years, she's gonna go more vintage, and she's gonna play the N64 with the OG controller. She's like, "Wow, this thing's amazing," and the GameCube will be forgotten.
I guarantee you that's not gonna happen.
There's too many handles on the N64 controller. I don't know where to put my hands. I don't know. I get overwhelmed. I don't know what to
Put it in
do.
the middle.
Josie, what's your favorite Mario game?
Ooh. Oh God.
That's a good question, actually.
Probably Galaxy.
Okay, that's exciting.
Galaxy.
Another banger. Let's go.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Zelda game?
Breath of the Wild.
Bam.
I'm just trying to figure out why the GameCube is, how the GameCube's a preference here. So far, we
Because
haven't
the
heard a single
N64.
GameCube
Well,
If it was
I
none
don't
for
like.
two.
I can't go back to the N64 games. They're hard to play now.
What about Super
Crusty.
Mario 64?
Say it with me. Crusty. 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 That's what they are. You pick up the game and then you end up like Sean in a video. Boom. All
We
the
do
way
have a-
down pointing.
Here's a question that actually came through Streamlabs from Juice Man Vaughn. What made Josie get into the YouTube game?
I didn't have a lot of friends who were into video games, so I was like, well, I want to talk about these. So then I just posted videos on the internet. And I'm studying film in school, so I was like, well, I get to use what I'm learning, sort of, and then have that as practice, essentially.
Okay. And then Zuck says, oh, this is for Nate. Jazz Chisholm on the Show 23 cover. Thoughts? Does he deserve to be on it?
I mean, that's tough to say. Does he deserve to be on it? Like, yes, he deserves to be on it. Hell of a player. Are there maybe more deserving athletes within the MLB? You could definitely make that case. I mean, Ohtani would have been an easy cover athlete, but he was on it a couple of years ago. Judge could have been a repeat considering his historic run last year, but he was on the cover recently. You could do Mike Trout. I mean, there's a lot of players you definitely could have put on the cover over him, but I think he deserves the cover spot.
Okay. Then,
Sportscast.
Randy says, hey, SpawnCast, how do you think third parties will approach the next Switch with test games like in the beginning of the Switch or more serious support from the beginning? Thanks. I think they're there from the start. I don't think they're gonna wait around this time. So, and I think that's everything there. Make sure I have all of these. We go around. Let's start with our guest, Josie. Where can everyone find you?
On YouTube at Josie Woe. I do a lot of Nintendo Switch content. It's mostly what my channel is. I stream sometimes, and they're pretty fun and chill. I also have a Twitter. It's like up and coming, so don't look at the follower count too hard, but it's also Josie Woe. But yeah.
Yep, go check out Josie. Great content over there.
Yep.
Thanks for
Dope
joining
video.
us tonight. Really appreciate it.
Dope
Thank you.
video
It was
on
really
Fire
cool.
Emblem Engage. She did that. Give her some props for the fire. Just go and plug that Fire Emblem Engage video. It was great.
Okay, thank you.
Fantastic.
I made it from a perspective of someone who is new to the franchise.
Exactly. There you go.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Let me go over to. We'll start with MVG. Where can everyone find
Thanks
you?
for having me on. You can find me at Twitter at Modern Vintage G and YouTube Modern Vintage Gamer. Monday's video will be about Resident Evil 4 Remake, and Nathaniel and I will have an episode out this week. I just don't know what it is yet, but we'll do something.
Okay, Nate, where can everyone find you?
They can find me on YouTube at Nate the Hate and on Twitter at Nate the Hate, followed by the number 2. As MVG said, we will have a new episode this week. Topic to be determined.
Oh, serious.
Oh.
Serious.
Why, is there something happening maybe Tuesday that you're going to talk about, huh?
Possibly.
Interesting.
About OJ, where can everyone find you?
Find right here on YouTube, Player Essence. Got some cool videos they already did. Checking out some rare Switch games or games that maybe you should get into before they become rare. Checking out that. So that video's up. I got another video going up tomorrow as well. Looking into some stuff for the future for Nintendo in terms of possible games. Stuff maybe you've been hearing about here and there. So if you're into Nintendo Switch or RPG content, and we talk about Final Fantasy 16 as well. Yeah, check out the channel. And I stream as well pretty much 5-6 days out of the week. So yeah.
Okay, and then what about Evan?
You can find me at Kimmerix Project on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. If you're into tabletop gaming strategy stuff, you can check it out there. 10th edition was announced last week as coming out in summer and free for Warhammer 40k. So we're going to be hitting that pretty hard when that drops. So that should be pretty good.
Okay. And then Sean, you doing the after show?
Yeah, I'll do it for a little bit.
Okay. You want to let everyone know what's what, where they can find you at?
You can find me on RGT85. The after show, I don't have a link for it yet. It's RGT Live and extras. You should know where it is.
Okay. I was gonna jump on the after show, but I have to finish putting this Wii and soldering it together. I'm trying to put an HDMI port on the Wii right now.
You can talk while you do that, and we won't be on camera.
I'd have to. Well, I'm downstairs doing that. I guess I could technically set it up. Yeah, I'm not here. I'm like in the lab. So
nah, you can figure it out. If you figure it out, fine. If
I will. Yeah, if I can't, it might be making use of my phone. I might try that. I don't know how do you think AirPods sound.
We'll find out.
Okay. We'll see.
The show doesn't have high standards, Sean. It doesn't fucking matter.
Okay.
Need some warm bodies on the things, but not just me.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. Okay. I'll see what it sounds like. Just let me know. All right. Thanks everyone for joining us tonight. Appreciate everybody coming out. Thanks for the stopping by with super chat, supporting all of this. We will be back next Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We'll see you guys then.
Gonna kill them all. I'm gonna kill them.